Not the Chuddle.
Chuddle. Surprise.
I have a real soft spot for evil.
Blood flying everywhere.
So good.
I'm a big boy who doesn't get scared.
Out of the mist and into the fog, it's Chuddle the Pod.
Welcome, childish Chuddle Club members, to a brand new meeting of the Chuddle the Pod Horror Movie Club. Tonight, we gather to discuss 2004's Seed of Chucky. I'm Brian. I'm joined by my beautiful co-occupant of the podcast, Samuel.
Sup?
Hell you well.
I be all doing well. Thanks for having me.
Of course. You're going to be our full other representation of the podcast tonight because Ross is, I believe he went to go try to get an interview with Jennifer Tilly.
That's what he said he was doing.
He has a report. That's what he said he was doing. He has a report in with his ratings at the end of the episode we got from him. So we'll play that.
Okay, well, I have a gripe with him then, if that is true.
What is it?
Yes.
That we deserve to have that Jennifer Tilly interview. How dare he?
We have been shouting to every corner of the internet that will listen that we will accept Jennifer Tilly officiating our wedding.
And during Pride Month? No.
Did you try just going to her residence? Because that's what Ross was doing. He was just showing up.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That is fair.
Yeah, so...
I do not want a criminal record.
Ross said, fuck it. He said, Ross for the podcast.
Yeah, he saw the movie. He was like, that's where she lives. And he took off.
On site.
Hopefully Mr. Mann's there too. You know those beautiful voices. They're always jumping on all things Chuck with us.
The Chuckster, he's a part of
Sergi.
me.
Sergi.
Oh my god.
And Codio.
I don't even think I've never had anyone call me Sergi. I don't think so. Well, hello.
You always get fun.
It was an accident, but
Blurgio,
I like it.
Sergi.
I feel bad. Cody should get some names.
Well, I got Codio, which is our actual couple name among some of our other friends. So
yeah, that's
Codio.
cute. I
I'll
like that.
accept it.
Maybe
Yeah, that
Coaster.
works.
The Coaster.
The Coaster.
Gunfingers.
Unironically something I have been called by my dad before. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you've gotten
yeah.
that. It's like one of those things that's like, oof.
And his dad's
Hey,
a
guys.
man's man. He builds stuff. Anyways.
Welcome to Seed of Chucky.
Yeah. Woo.
Here we are again. Thanks for joining us. You ready?
I'm ready for some seed.
Well,
This movie will give it to you.
aren't we all?
This is the
Starts
Cummy
off.
episode.
The
This
what
is
episode?
Cummiest?
This
I
is
believe it was. Young, dumb, and full of...
This is the Cummy episode.
The
Well,
coming episode, yeah.
If you're new to the podcast, this is a very gooey, weird one. Thanks for listening. It's-
Every single
fuck
one
it.
is like this.
Ross is not here. It's unbalanced.
He'd lean into it just as hard. It'd
Yeah.
still be getting there.
Don't
Don't
be
worry.
making some joke about his beard.
I figured, fine, might as well
Yeah,
do someone
yeah.
real quick.
There's a
Well,
different
just in
type of
case
goo.
you didn't know,
Mhm.
listeners new and old, we like to keep it spoiler-free up top, and we will let you know when those spoilers are presented. And we also can't forget our beautiful Coven of Witches, our Patreon members. Thank you so much. Your sacrifice gives us life, and we thank your beautiful souls. You guys are awesome. You guys are part of that beautiful coven as well. So
Yeah, we
yeah.
are. We are.
Mhm.
We
eyes to
we
eyes.
send over our blood each month.
That's true.
I don't know what y'all do with it,
Mhm.
but you told us to. So
Work.
Add it to the pile. Mhm.
cool.
Add it to the blood pile. What do we
This
do
is-
with this? I don't know. Add it to the pile.
You actually make clones, and we're actually not the real Sergio and Cody. This is the
Whoa.
weird clones. Oh,
We are breeding our own guests to get onto the pod. The real Sergio and Cody would never come on. to
No,
the pod.
No.
But their clowns would.
they actually don't even know. They don't even
Exactly.
know.
I don't even know they do. You guys don't even know each other in real life.
Hey, oh my God, which testing laboratory did you come from?
That's not important.
Okay, cool. I was in Nashville.
I'm definitely not like the plant from the researchers just to investigate.
Oh, no.
Make sure
Oh God.
all the clones are going correctly.
All right, well, we've said too much.
We should move along.
Yes,
Real quick.
for sure.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you, Coven of Witches, our Patreon. Blood in the Cauldron, all of it. We love it. You're amazing. We give you the bonus. Thank you. With all the club members present and accounted for tonight's meeting, let's go ahead and open that goo book and officially begin tonight's meeting.
Give me that goo. Oh yeah.
Thanks, Sergio.
You got it every time. I gave you that goo.
Yeah, you sure did. And now we have another
Give us
one.
another one. Thank you.
No.
There's always another.
And until next time, I gave you that goo.
Oh my God.
Ooh, I love it. Well, speaking of goo, let's go into our goo lines, our log line and taglines for this movie. Coming over from IMDb, Chucky and Tiffany are resurrected by their innocent, gender-confused child, Glenda, and hit Hollywood, where a movie depicting the killer doll's murder spree is underway. I mean, that sets up like sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's good enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get you into whatever we're dealing with this movie.
It's a hard one to put into a log line if I were to try and think of one.
It really is
a
hard.
long
That
one.
one did its best. If I'm being
It'd
honest.
be like the better thing. It'd just be like, what if Chucky and Tiffany are resurrected by their innocent, gender-confused child,
Mhm.
and then go hang out with Jennifer Tilly for a little bit?
Redman's there
They
too.
just hang out.
Redman's there too. Like that's kind of hits it. In our taglines, a few for this one: time to raise some hell. Sure.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
Ah.
The bigger and better one, and it's what I think is on like the main poster, Fear the Second Coming. And because the poster too is very like godlike.
It is a cummy episode.
I'm telling
it's
you.
So cummy.
Drink whenever we talk about cum for this one. All right.
I feel like
That's
you threw some
one
ASMR on that
inflection.
one.
You just put that on that. That was someone is going to be very appreciative, and someone who just got like that moist feeling in their ears.
Ooh.
It's like Jeff
From the
Goldblum
cum.
crawled inside them.
Deliver us some evil.
Okay,
And
Oh, I mean,
this-
it makes sense.
I get it.
I mean, didn't the delivery happen at the end of the last movie? Like famously,
Oh,
at the movie?
yeah, they were delivered.
well, there's a delivery in this one as well.
I guess.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
is.
there is. Some of the, yeah, they're right.
But this November, get a load of Chucky.
Oh,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
No, that's the one.
Keep
That
it.
is the
And
best
then there's
one.
another one that's just get a load of Chucky. But
a
load of
this
Chucky.
November.
That's
But
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The cummiest.
No.
Very on par
It's
with
gonna be
this
a long
movie is.
episode.
Buckle
Wait,
up.
what is another word for cummy if we're trying to avoid it? Like goosh? Goosh?
I mean, are we trying to avoid
Hey, I don't
I don't
think
know if I
we
like
do
what you
avoid
just
it.
said. You do better.
splooge. Isn't splooge one?
Yeah.
Luge is one.
Splooge?
Yeah.
Why don't you try to think of a new one every time we need to mention it?
know.
We're just
There
trying
we
to just
go.
keep it varied.
There you
There we
go.
go.
Is
Let's
this
go
going
in
on
for this
YouTube?
ride,
I'm sorry
listener.
if this is getting like taken down immediately.
Nah, dog.
Well,
Well, the
will it?
audio will be on there
whatever.
probably.
The
There you
audio.
go.
Fuck
There
it,
you go.
whatever. Listen to our YouTube. I don't know how it works. People make movies and made this one. Don Mancini directed and wrote it. His directorial debut, by the way. He did this.
He did a thing.
I still love you, Don. I still love you.
No, exactly. I there's no ill feelings towards him.
I love
Really,
my Dan Mancini.
yeah. It's something's going on here, and we'll dissect that in a minute.
He's
Yeah,
going
for
through
sure.
his jizz period.
Apparently, 2004 was Mancini's splooge era. So
Talk about that
Jennifer
splooge era.
Tilly coming back in, right? As Jennifer Tilly and Tiffany. This
Mhm.
movie gets very meta. Brad Dourif as Chucky once again. Billy Boyd as Glenda. Redman as Redman. Hannah Spirit as Joan. John Waters as Pete Peters. Keith Lee Castle Sykes. Steve West as Stan, our limo driver. Jason Fleming as Santa. Santa's in this movie. We'll get
Yeah.
into that. And various other cast of characters, but we kind of hit Jennifer Tilly's in this movie with
Yeah.
Jennifer Tilly.
We can
playing
end there.
Tiffany and Jennifer Tilly.
For a movie
So,
with so much Jennifer
performance.
Tilly, you'd think I'd be more into it.
Right? Right? I mean, it seems like I would like it a lot more.
To kind of go around the Jennifer Tilly moment, I just have to fangirl for a little bit because Hannah Spirit is in this movie. And if you guys don't know who Hannah Spirit is, she is actually a member of a 90s pop group called S Club 7. If you guys know S Club 7, please tell me.
The name is familiar.
They came out around they came out a little bit after Spice Girls, and they're mostly big in the UK, but she was part of that group. And I grew up with that group, and I love S Club 7. Their music is very teeny boppy, but I love it. And when I heard that she was in this movie, I was ecstatic.
Who is she?
There might be like a song of theirs that I've heard and maybe like, I can resonate.
Maybe you probably
pick that up.
Probably heard it
I know
in a
the
mall
name
or
and
something.
I know people who knew or liked them at the time or something like that.
I've definitely heard the name, but that's all I got. For all I knew, it could have been a Disney show.
Well, they did have a show on Fox Family for a little bit. So they did have a show, but she plays the assistant in this movie.
Okay.
Oh my God, there's like a lot of S Club 7. Oh, these are music videos. I'm on her IMDb now, and I've just
there you go.
she's
She's big. Well, at least to me.
Yeah.
No, sure.
That's all that matters.
Of course.
That's all that mattered. I was this 2004, so I was just in freshman year of high school. So yeah, I was like. Let's go.
Oh yeah, right around that time, big S Club 7. That's all she was been doing. And then 2004, she also hit. So 2004, she does Seed of Chucky. She also does Agent Cody Banks 2, Destination London,
which I also watched. Yeah.
So there you go.
I'm a true Hannah Spirit fan.
04 is a good year. I mean, you also got like Euro Trip coming out that movie. All right, so
Texas Chainsaw remake.
Probably, I think
that was 2003.
2003.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me. Let's go over here.
It's time for the gore.
Fatality.
Basically, on a scale of 1 to 10, Psycho to the Sadness, how gory is this film? Consistency and intensity. Consistency is, I'd say it's pretty low. I feel
consistency is low. Yeah.
2 at most, maybe.
Yep. That feels good.
Intensity. I mean, you get some. We'll talk about the kills and what they are, but you do get some stuff, and it could probably be maybe a 2.5 to a 3.
Yeah, but it's so wackadoodle. It goes. This is when Ross would jump in and talk about like comedic gore versus real gore, because they do it so Looney Tunes like wah, wah, when it happens that it loses a lot of the punch.
I don't think
but it's still there. So,
yeah. So that's why I think like maybe a 3. I mean, that gives it a 5, which is very middle of the road. Maybe that feels a little high because of how goofy it feels. But I think it's fine. Yeah. Let's see what you guys think, Cody.
I stand by that. I think, I don't remember it. Like for some reason, I remember it being gorier, but then I'm like, maybe it's just specific scenes that stuck with me. But
I remember the Red Man one.
Yeah, consistency 2 makes sense for me, and for the level of it, it is silly, but it is kind of out there to see. So I do want to give it its props for that. So 3.
Sure. Yeah.
So not even.
I would agree. I think I would agree with a 2 for consistency and a 3 for intensity. I'm like tempted to try to expand the gore meter to include the biology lessons that appear throughout this movie, but but I think I'll leave it at a 5. That feels right for me.
I think we all said pretty good. I'm curious as to what our 2 listeners listen to. Onto it. I just started adding to 2s to everything.
Brian.
I want to know what they think. What?
Nothing. I was just trying to snap your attention. I thought you broke.
I
but
did.
You had it.
Thanks. I pulled it around.
Yeah.
All right. We got another question to ask.
Who is the horror forward?
All right. We got 3 questions we normally ask here, and I'm tagging on a 4th one to let you think about this.
Nice.
So it's what subgenre does this belong to? How are we watching this? Quiet, loud, serious, schlocky? Is it for beginners? And I think this is a good point to throw it in. Should you know anything about this movie before going into it? So subgenre. Start there and make it easiest.
Horror comedy.
Horror comedy. It's going to hit that.
I guess.
Yes, it tries to hit that schlocky-ish, that over-the-top, almost.
I mean,
wackadoodle thing. It's trying to be wackadoodle, but so there is that. Is it successful? We'll get into it.
We can talk about it. We can talk to that.
Slasher, meta.
Yeah,
it's definitely meta.
Yeah,
it is technically a slasher, but I feel like they handle it in a weird way in this one as compared to the rest of them. So I guess you can kind of say it's a slasher, but when I'm thinking of the other ones previously, they were like quintessential year slashers when compared to this one, which is kind of not how it's usually handled.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, well put. Watching this, I think probably be best to be hanging out with people and be able to
couple drinks, having a good cut.
Oh yeah, if you can be medicated at any point. Oh, okay.
Yes.
You will definitely though just start talking and stop watching the movie.
So I mean, I think that's better than just it's not a spooky scary by any means, and
not at all.
I don't think you're gonna have a hootin' hollering good time by yourself. I think the most beneficial would be to watch it with some other people.
Now your question, to go into the question of if you should know anything about it beforehand.
Please do.
I skipped
because I think this can kind of wrap into for beginners as well.
Oh god, they're gonna kill me. They're gonna get the next clone in.
I think you don't necessarily because this arose from the movie Mother that we covered. Sam said it would have been beneficial if he knew some of the symbolism and themes going into it before seeing it.
Also, heads up, we have not seen Mother, just in case we.
Well,
no problem.
If you ever want to, it would be useful to know some of the symbols and themes before going into it.
Now, just religious symbolisms?
Yes.
Yeah, or even that exists within the movie, because I didn't know that.
Sam had no idea. Because to the extent that we typically do is just stay away from it. And even at this point, if you haven't heard anything, why bother looking at it if you're going in? So that must be.
Yeah. Well, that's very cool. I always rely on Cody because he grew up very religious. So I always rely on him for that information.
Sure, yeah.
I
did not.
But I mean, I gotta say, I think that this movie is 2 different movies depending on whether you come into it with any background knowledge or not. I think that because we have discussed some movies that are out there before and are like no matter what, they're just always going to be like that movie that you probably see once, then you tell people about and you maybe never watch again. I would classify Rubber as that kind of movie, right? And then there are movies that are just that movie as part of the franchise. And I think that depending on whether or not you go into this knowing the backstory that led into this, you take something different from the movie.
Well, take it this way, I guess. When I introduced this movie to Cody the first time, I introduced it to him as this is known to be the worst of the franchise.
And it was asynchronously. I think this was only the second or third Chucky movie that I saw.
Yeah. So I told him beforehand, this is how it's going to be. And then let's see how you feel. And then we had a bloody good time with it. Spoiler alert for our thoughts on this. But but I don't know. It's tough. Do you tell somebody it's bad, it's super bad, or just not tell them any inkling of it at all to see if that changes their mind? I think it kind of helped in Cody's case.
Sure. I mean, it might be.
I mean, I knew that going into my rewatch, and I don't think it helped. But even anything about the movie at all, I don't think that you necessarily need to have seen the other movies. It's called The Seed of Chucky, so it's going to. You need an idea of who Chucky is, I guess, and maybe Tiffany, but this was it'll lead into a question we have later. But this was the first one I saw in theaters, and I can't remember. I may have watched this, and the only one I've seen in theaters. I may have watched this before I saw Bride. I might have watched. I know I watched them around the same time because this was coming out. But I can't remember which I saw first.
But I definitely think you can watch this without having prior knowledge of anything else.
Yeah.
You definitely could. It seems so out there, out of the realm of the storyline, that I think you can just watch it as is.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this to anyone that's not already watching the Chucky movies, though.
Well, and I can
this
see
is for completionists.
that part. Yes.
I could also see this as being a good movie for someone who like really loves like campy, silly horror comedies.
Yes,
like,
I agree.
If you're the kind of person like me who does enjoy like the really campy silliness of it, then this is going to be a movie.
I enjoy that aspect of this movie as well. I just
we'll talk. Yeah. I mean, we're going to get into it because that is one of my big problems too. And by no means do I like hate this movie or anything. It's a weird one, but we'll, I guess, I don't know, reserve our thoughts for the end. Stay tuned because we have to go and check out what our Harbinger of Doom, the little Mothman fapping his way over, says.
Fapping away. Oh man.
Yeah, that's what he does. Unfortunately, the Mothman. Sorry, kids. He's a
Mothman cometh.
He's a pervert. He is a pervert.
It's gonna leak.
It happens. I don't know. I didn't have anything big listed because of how goofy the movie feels. Nothing stuck out to me.
Yeah. There's no animal harm, right? There's no domestic abuse.
Well,
I mean, Chucky is just a domestic abuser of itself. But like,
I feel like we got more in Bride than we did in this.
There's some addiction, topics that they handle. Having trouble with addiction.
Yeah, but I don't think there's
no matter
really anything.
what you've dealt with. I feel like
don't learn it from this movie.
It'd be tough for this movie to trigger you.
Yeah. I think so. Oh, I guess if you're like if the terms gender confused child triggers you, then maybe.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like if you're like, what?
Yeah.
What on
if you're
earth?
gonna be upset by the thought
you're gonna be upset by that. What the fuck? Then
I don't think
hopefully that person
giving
is
them
not
trigger warnings.
Listening.
Fuck you. I hope it doesn't offend you, assholes. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Let's go ahead and click this one.
Danger Zone. Oh
shit.
Oh,
Start singing the song. IMDb behind the scenes. Let's get behind this one real quick. The TV spots for this movie displays an unusual disclaimer. Britney Spears does not appear in this movie. This disclaimer was inserted into TV spots because Britney's management was concerned that people might be led to believe that Britney actually appears in this movie.
She should have.
It is not her in the movie, but it'll look like, obviously. I mean, you can tell, but
it's
surprise. There's someone pretending to be Britney Spears in this movie.
I thought
that part's
so.
fun.
The first time I was like, "Oh, that's a lookalike," and the second time I was like, "Was that Britney?" And I googled it and read everything you just said.
Well, yeah, there you go. You needed that disclaimer. Shit, you should have started with it.
And this is the guy who had the Angel Fire page of pictures of Britney Spears. Angelfire.com
Angel Fire website?
Britney Spears FL. Oh,
How
yeah.
did his first concert? It was his first concert.
This came up the last episode, Bride of Chucky, because I had a HTML for Dummies book.
Oh,
for the website.
Wait,
I hope it comes up next time too.
What era did you see her in? What was her like album out?
Her first album. So
These are early.
We're old.
Yeah. So I had like 2 or 3 copies of the Rolling Stone that had her on the cover. The first one she was on the cover of.
Yeah.
Because I got one to like keep and the other 2 to tear pictures out, and they were like double-sided, so you needed multiple ones to get all the pictures up on your wall.
Talk about the Gummy episode. Anyways.
That's good God.
Yeah. Right. And that my first concert actually was Britney Spears on her first solo tour.
That's awesome.
We tried to meet her afterwards at the bus. We met all the dancers who were in her early music videos, but we didn't meet her.
Oh, damn it. Damn it, Britney Spears.
I know. Now, who knows? I'm a little scared.
Oh,
nah, she's good. She's living her life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy for her. I just don't know that I'd hang out with her.
All right. So, great. It's not her. It's just a lookalike.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. No lawsuits for Don Mancini.
All right, as of 2022, this is the only Child's Play Chucky film that contains nudity.
Which is
cool.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. We got
cool.
We got some nipplage in here. We got some nipplage.
Yeah, doll and human.
Wait,
so that's fun.
Who has tits out?
In the beginning, in the like dream sequence.
Mom taking the shower.
Oh, you're right. Well,
yes.
Listen, I do not pay attention to that for a reason.
Yeah,
sorry.
Blindness
this guy.
Really cool.
Sorry.
I'm like, oh, look, boobs.
Nah, boobs. Nah, give me full frontal if you're man enough. Come on.
Yeah, there we go. I'll tell you who's not Javier Bardem and Mother.
Oh,
Sorry,
really?
Yeah, you don't get it. You get man hams though.
You get man hams.
That to look forward to.
Okay,
but I promise you, as detailed in the Mother episode, you don't see it.
All right.
Quentin Tarantino was originally offered the role that Redman played. Later, as the role originally written for him in mind.
Oh, good thing it's not Quentin Tarantino. It would have been super uncomfortable.
Honestly, yeah. I think
it was like, can I drop some slurs in?
Oh, can I rub your feet for a second?
I feel like a Tarantino type may have been interesting. I understand that angle.
I could
of
see
that.
it.
It makes
now.
more sense for the character than Redman.
I think so as well. The Redman role is very odd.
Well, like Quentin Tarantino is like known to insert himself as like a dick.
Quentin Tarantino would have been like, I can write all of my own lines and scenes, so he can make himself the grossest person possible.
Exactly. He has a little too much fun writing.
We would have gotten some doll feet though, for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's what this movie was missing. Some doll feet.
I didn't look for it. Maybe there's no doll feet. I don't think.
Did you notice that we see the
no doll feet, guys?
Sergio?
What?
Doll boobs. Did you notice doll boobs? Or were you blind to those as well?
I only noticed the doll boots because of the iconic squeaky noise that happens during
it's so
that.
funny.
That is fucking iconic. See, it's this campy stuff that we love.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, there's stuff I like in it.
Agreed. Yes, agree. Jason Fleming has said the only film he'd erase from his filmography is Seed of Chucky.
Is that Santa?
Quote, I was dressed as Santa, getting killed by a doll on a set in Romania, thinking, where did it go wrong?
Oh.
Good God. It's the only movie in the franchise that Chucky does not use his good guy doll voice. I don't know if you thought about that, but he doesn't.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I feel like we see him more alive in this.
Well, but he never ever even needs to use it because he just like we see him first as the Chucky doll.
Yeah, in the movie.
And
within the movie. Well, spoilers for the next two that I haven't seen. I guess he does use the good guy doll voice.
No, fucking asshole!
Damn it!
Maybe. Oh, sorry. And, as of this film, I don't know how to animate it, but it's the only. It's also. I'm sorry, Sam. It's the only film of the series that doesn't mention Chucky's full name, Charles Lee Ray.
No.
Sorry,
dude. Lore spoiled.
Don Mancini has stated that the Glenn's sexually confused character was a metaphor for his own coming out, which I know is a big part of this film, which is, I don't want to say very clear to it, but like you get that there's a lot of Glenn's character, that's reflective, I guess, of Don Mancini.
Yeah, I think he definitely, this is a very queer coded horror movie that he wanted to implement a lot of like, just that, questioning yourself, who am I kind of deal, which I personally appreciate. I'm like, yes, Don Mancini, include that. And
Well,
I think I saw an interview where he realizes that he knows that the fans do not like this movie that much.
Oh, he knows. I saw him say
right.
So
I
said this when we did Child's Play 3. He talked about how the fans say either Child's Play 3 or Seed of Chucky is the worst. And he's like, but Child's Play 3 is the worst. It's not like absolutely. So he knows the fans don't like it.
Well, we'll definitely compare it to our Child's Play 3 score at the end. I'm curious score-wise how it's going to wind up.
Goes,
because, like, thought-wise, this one's not as...
This is why we haven't been recording their scores, though.
Their scores? Oh, well,
we really need to
somewhere.
do that.
I have them written down in a book
it's recorded
that I
on
don't
a
have
podcast
on me right now, and it's in
That's
podcast.
fair. Fair.
It is recorded in a digital voice sense. So,
well, I'm glad it's coincidence that this is the episode coming out in Pride. Then
beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's one of the things that I really appreciate about this movie is that it shows a doll who is gender neutral or non-gender conforming.
Yeah.
And surprisingly holds up to today's standards in terms of how it's portrayed. Like, I think it's
also
that's why
like,
Quentin
surprisingly
Tarantino
not
shouldn't have been
problematic.
in this movie.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino would have like would have said the F slur more than we would have liked.
They'll be like, Quentin, you're not even in the scene with the doll. Stop saying it.
Quentin, we really need you to pipe down.
We cut already.
But I mean, like, Don Mancini, I do give him props for being able to just include this in the horror world, especially because it's just like so in your face. It's not like, and you're taking a IP that is very, very famous and being like non-apologetically gay and queer and also not letting Chucky's character let up either. Like,
right.
You have Tiffany and Chucky also being confused and not knowing what, and like, no, it's a man. It's like these conversations are things that I'm sure me and Cody have had with our parents, and it's just very cool to see that in a horror film, let alone a very famous franchise.
And especially so early. It wouldn't be surprising to see characters like that.
2004?
Right.
No wonder I was like, whoa.
The time frame and everything too. Yeah. Which I think that's a lot of the stuff that works in the film. The stuff that doesn't, I guess we'll get into is tonal changes and all that kind of like whatever. I think, yeah, for whatever reason. I think it's also because of coming off of how, I don't know, I guess rocked my cockles were with
Bride
of Chucky
with Bride,
before, with like the soundtrack to that versus the score we get in this, and just, well, what our history with it real quick. We're continuing the series on. I don't remember watching this movie for the first time, or what. I know I had seen it before, but I don't remember my history. Like Sam knows he saw it in the theater.
Do you remember if you saw it in theaters?
I could have. I honestly, it's just such a.
You would have been working,
but I know it.
You were probably working at AMC when it came out.
I think very well. I probably did. I probably went to one of our screenings.
Did you ever sneak in and just watch a movie during break?
Oh, we didn't have to sneak in. We
really
could.
breaks,
I mean,
the cat is out of the bag.
We did all sorts of fun things.
Oh, good.
There was so the Cat in the Hat came out when we worked together, and we had walkie-talkies. And when the movie would let out, we would race to radio each other first. The cat is out of the bag. I just remembered it as we were, talking about
a fever dream of a movie. Cat in the Hat. I need to rewatch that. But hi.
This is one of the I just found this recently. This is one of the milers that would go over like one of the theater doors. I still have it. It's from Kill Bill for the listener, volume, I think one. It's the yellow one. Yeah. So that was the time frame that when we were working there. Yeah.
Oh my.
I randomly found that in a box of shit the other day.
I don't know. One of the Sin Cities was out when I worked at AMC.
I think one of them was out when
first one was like 2005. No, it was like going into freshman year of college.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, sorry. Some AMC bonding.
I get it. Go down, memory roads and all that shit. For this one though, you two, you kind of explained it. I think we've kind of all dabbled in this one a little bit here of our history, but Cody and Sergio, Obviously, you showed it.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it for the first time with Sergio. Obviously,
I think we watched it either a run of us just watching all the movies or during Pride, actually.
I don't recall, but it was early on. It was definitely pre-podcast days.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then, yeah, definitely not for that. But for me, I have been looking forward to this movie since the end of Bride of Chucky. I remember like looking into forums and people were like, this is what Seed of Chucky would have been, or Son of Chucky, and people would like think of what it could have been, and I was so looking forward to it. Then the trailer came out and I saw that Hannah Spears was in it. Oh my god, I was thriving. And then I'm like, I need to go see this movie, and we went to the theater. I think I saw it in theaters. And I don't remember what I thought. I do remember saying that it was very different, but I honestly don't remember my review of it.
I should say, when I saw it in theaters, I remember liking it. You know, I don't remember being like, it's kind of all over the place or anything like that. I had a good experience with it. I know that for sure.
Sure.
I think I had a good time. I think my parents dropped me and my brother off and we were just there watching the movie.
I'm sure you liked it, but you were probably a little disappointed if you don't remember it, because otherwise you'd remember how maybe excited I was. You were. Yeah. But I definitely had the DVD when it came out. Anyways, sorry.
Was the DVD full of baby batter as well?
Oh, there's a new one.
My
there's
god,
another one. Yeah.
Baby batter. Yeah. That's good.
So speaking of, oh god, sorry, I have a list. It's just gonna come.
Wait, do you have a list?
Speaking
hold
of
on.
ball
I gotta
barf.
pull up a list now.
Of what?
Ball barf?
Ew.
Ball barf. Ball barf.
That one's so gross. That's the intro to this movie. It just starts dripping down. That's the first thing we get.
It's too thick. I needed it to be a little translucent. You know, give me some pockets of air in there. And
Too thick.
Too thick.
I don't remember seeing the actual barf.
You know what I
ball
would have
barf
loved?
itself. I remember the CGI tunnel of all the sperm, but we actually Do we actually see some?
Oh, it is dribbling down.
It's the dribbling of
it like makes the
before
title.
you get to, yeah, exactly, to make the title card.
It is. It's way too thick. Yeah, it's too white.
Guys, it looks like glue. It's Elmer's glue.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, this kind of sets the tone. I was like, oh, we have cum. There's cum on our screen.
Who did this?
Ejaculated on top of us.
Oh my god!
And it's dribbling down.
Like, I didn't think of it that way.
No, what I was gonna say, I think they should have
saw it. Yeah,
they definitely should have brought out a like scratch and sniff kind of thing. And I wanted to know
what
that
for the
smell would have been like.
Save it for the giveaway.
Oh, that's the promotional item you want for the film.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, but this is I forget when I brought up 4D theaters recently, but imagine like you get the spray of water.
Oh dear God.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
No. I'd go. See, now here's the thing. I would, if I went to a 4D theater and you didn't get sprayed, I'd be disappointed.
Honestly, yeah. Imagine going to the manager. It was like, there was cum on the stage and on the screen, and I did not.
I don't know
sprayed.
if my chair was broken or if this is a thing I need to complain to the producers about, but I didn't get sprayed. But yes, we do get that intro of the drip, of the too thick, of the Elmer's glue, just kind of piling on down. Some more of chode nectar, if I may. So,
oh my God. That's my alter ego, Chode Nectar. Oh my god.
That's like your Xbox like tag name in like middle school.
This is Chode Nectar 420 coming online.
Chode Nectar 420. My god, I apologize. Or not. Everyone's probably loving this. So we get our intro of this, I guess, family opening up a box. This is all like POV first person view at this point.
Yes.
We get, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's this British family.
Oh, that was good.
It was
Wait
something.
a minute. Oh.
That was a drop from the movie, actually.
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Oh,
We pulled it directly.
did not
Please
even
don't sue
notice.
us. So, I mean, that leads us into like a kind of like a fun little intro, in my opinion. I mean, once we get past all the clam sauce, we can get into...
I don't know that I believe that one.
that one's weird.
That's
That's a heteronormative name for.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess can come from clams
That's
or...
fair. Actually, no.
I'm thinking
this
that
is
it's
very
called that
open.
because it goes into.
Jesus Christ. I don't think we really need to discuss the... I don't know, the etymology of this word.
It should be called inside sauce and be more inclusive.
If
I'm
you
not
ever
at the
open
eyes yet.
up-
We'll get there. Let's...
I'm just saying, if you ever open up a Chuddle the Pod chain restaurant,
Oh, God.
like a theme one,
We have to have
clam sauce needs to be on there.
With chode
Just
nectar.
clam sauce. Chode nectar for sure.
We
Can I
call
get some clam sauce and a side of chode nectar?
with extra clam sauce. It's mayonnaise.
That hits hard.
I mean, this is very appropriate for this movie. This is probably going to make me love like this movie more. All this.
I'm already liking this movie more.
I mean, it's interesting.
Wait, okay, we need to get back the. Oh wait, no, we're in the UK, right? We're
still there. We're still with our intro family.
It's the
So
very beginning.
I'm just looking forward to the names.
I can't get past cock droplets. So like saying different
There
things.
you go.
Wait, no,
Nah,
that's
that
kind of
sound-
hot though.
Is it? It sounds to me like pee.
Cock drop. Wait,
Like the little
Okay,
bit you
no,
shake
you're
off
right.
after you pee.
which is fine if you're into that. If you want some cock droplets,
Totally.
But-
Not judgy. Sergio
Every
thinks
time-
it's hot.
every time I say a
devoid
new
of
one-
sperm.
We're gonna have a 5-minute
becomes something
discussion
else.
about what the merits.
Oh yeah, we can't do that. We can't. Okay,
we got. Okay.
you need to spread it out across the
I'm gonna
whole
try.
episode.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I gotta stick with a few.
Use
I got
some of the
100
ones
of
you've
them.
used already. Oh my god.
How is there 100 names?
Like a new one every single time.
Okay.
for
All
him.
right.
We'll see what we can do.
When you release this, you need to also
Release
release
it.
the list.
Release
though.
the list, yeah.
Release the list.
All right. Dolls creeping around the house. We get this whole moment. So it's like, I guess we're setting up that we're in England. We get this whole
Yes.
like little British family.
Hey there.
So we get.
That's what they're
That
Are
was
you
more
from London?
Scottish. That was
Please,
Hey
sir.
there.
Could I have some more cough droplets?
Give me some more cock droplets, please.
Sir, may I have another cock droplet, please?
I need that chode nectar.
Jesus Christ. Dolls creeping. I don't know. Something happens. The doll's like,
I like all
trying to
this
do
POV
things
stuff.
and the-
Does it look
is.
a little computer animated to you? Like when it's running up the stairs and stuff?
wonky-ish. There's a lot
I
of
can't tell.
It feels different. It feels weird. I mean, maybe that's to go
Stylized.
with the character
Yeah.
itself, which is
I
just
will say-
awkward.
It does feel like digitally assisted.
It does
Yeah,
seem
but-
digitally assisted, mostly when one of the deaths coming up happens. I think there I was like, whoa, that looks very weird.
Whoa, digital
But-
assist.
Is this the first time that we get doll POV?
No.
we had
Right?
to.
That's
got
a
it
good
in-
question.
Do we have it in one? Do we have it in the OG?
In one, I think we might have, because remember they were trying to fool us whether it was
Right.
Andy or not. I almost said
Yeah.
Alex.
Right?
But well, hey, same the guy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So this does lead to our first death. So our doll or whatever this is, because we don't see who's doing any of this yet. We can maybe assume it's Chucky, whatever, but they do say it's the ugliest thing they've ever seen in their entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And which,
Yeah.
based on how we saw Chucky after the last movie, that could make sense, right?
Works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody hates Chucky.
So the doll's like just like chilling
way
in
it
the
looks.
hallway, and the dad picks it up and like goes to the door. Like, I told you to stop leaving your stuff around. And this leads the doll or whoever it is stabbing the dad, right? I think it just leads to
Did
him
they
stabbing
kill the
him,
dad
like,
before the mom?
Yeah.
I really like the dad stabbing when the POV where it follows him fall and hit the ground while getting stabbed.
That's what this one is. That's fun. I really enjoy that.
That's a really cool looking.
I really like it because essentially this is kind of one shot that we're following, which is just up the stairs to the little girl's room, then being picked up as a doll and facing the dad, stabbing the dad, going all the way down to the floor, then standing up, walking all the way back up into the bathroom where the mom is. That's kind of cool.
It's very cool. I remember thinking when the dad gets stabbed and falls down, and obviously the POV moves with it. I was like, that's cool. I don't think I've seen that before. I mean, I've seen this movie before, but that in movies, you don't see. And even with the digital assist, it's cool looking.
Yeah, beautiful shot. Love it all. And then this leads this the POV doll.
Boobies.
Shot to go back up the stairs, leads into the shower, and we get a whole the doll fumbling the knife around, which causes the person in the shower to freak out and fall out of the shower and I guess smack their head on and kill themselves.
Ooh,
I thought that was hilarious.
This felt kind of real looking though to me. That one hurt my head a little bit.
When she fell?
Yeah.
Because I know I would bust my ass on every day I'm trying not to fall in the tub.
For real, though.
It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And
what?
Just falling in the tub is scary.
It's scary. I'm not a big boy. I get scared about falling into the tub. Everyone, get a tub mat and make sure you're safe.
Be careful
safe
out
in
there.
The
the tubs are dangerous.
This is a PS. Hey, we've been having a lot of jokes tonight, but let's get serious for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, half of mine too. Call up there's this one infomercial that always sticks out in my head where it's if you are elderly and you need help getting into the tub, don't move to a new home. We'll come and tear out your tub and put a little thing that you can sit in and then put a door up and then it just fills.
Yep. I want that thing.
You have to wait though for the tub to empty before you can open the door and get out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Only if you value your house.
But it opens in. You'd also, I guess, if you're strong enough.
See, even that is dangerous. We're not safe out here in the streets.
Yeah. So we get our shower scene, which is this fun little fumble thing. I thought that was a fun little going on, little fumble kill, and then we get this mirror shot, this quick little shot of the doll at that point, and you realize it's this ugly looking little doll thing.
I mean, that is a what the fuck moment because I was what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Did we see?
No
We didn't see the Seed of Chucky in any of the trailers ahead of time. Did you see the movie? I don't think you did.
Know.
I remember wondering what it would look like going in, so I feel like we didn't.
Sure.
I don't think we did.
I don't recall. That's a good question. So we get that shot real quick and it runs away. And this is when it goes to kill, I guess, the girl in the bed and stabs down, but she's not there. And it's a doll. It's a different doll. And the girl is fucking, I don't know, starts mocking him. And the doll starts pissing himself.
Well, You're pissing your pants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You killed
and
my
she starts making fun of him. Mm-hmm. And then he wakes up and it's all a dream of this funny looking doll that is indeed pissing his pants.
Yes. And he's in a cage being held by a British guy.
Yeah.
This kind of I don't know, Chris Angel ventriloquist guy. This cool alternative rocker ventriloquist in a traveling circus of sorts.
His new name is Shitface.
Ah, yes, Shitface.
Shitface.
That is very funny to me. I love that joke.
That is a fun one. Yeah. So, and then I guess he's been entered into this international ventriloquist competition in England, is where they're at,
which is really rowdy and outdoors.
Oh my god!
We got to go to a ventriloquist competition. I had no idea.
I had no. Yeah, I did.
They
not
go
know.
hard over there.
So that goes off and goes wild, and they have a hoot and a holler. Now,
well, this is where he had the doll. That's one of my favorite parts. He starts reminiscing in the middle of the thing, and he's like, "I never knew who my parents were." like what does he say? Something he's like, and I also know I'm Japanese, and he looks down and he's got the made in Japan on his wrist. And what's funny is I love that now and thought it was hilarious. I remember however old I was when I saw it in theaters being like, lame.
I don't it doesn't make sense to me.
He inherited it from Chucky. I mean, why would this doll
where was
exist at
Chucky
all?
made? Chucky was made in like a Cleveland factory.
Well, his arm was made in Japan.
Like, I mean, I don't know. It
is
not
the
a
arm
big
he
deal
always
for what
loses.
this movie
It
is.
could have been a replacement arm.
It could
I
be
don't
an
feel
arm
like
thing,
it's-
but yeah.
For me, where I lose it is where he makes the connection that's my dad, because we have the same mark, a mark that we probably have never seen on Chucky's arm.
No, yeah.
Ever
Because he's
that
not
prominent.
made in Japan. He's made in like Cleveland or whatever.
Right.
But
Brian's over
We
here
see
being
the
like, it's
factory.
American
Been to
made
the
or else.
factory.
yeah, Chucky's American made.
Chucky's American made right now.
Well, I don't mind. I mean, because it sets up for a lot of fun and interesting ideas to play with off. But it's just like, yeah, we've never seen it before, and it's I don't know, a quibble that I had with like the weird.
And it's the little sound effect too that happens when he, like the music cue when he sees that it was made in Japan. I'm just like, oh, you're going for it.
It's what adds to the cartoonishness of the movie.
Yeah.
And this is the first time that we're really hearing a lot of his voice. And the fun thing here is that, well, this was the first time, of course, that I was seeing Seed of Chucky, is when you were showing it to me a couple of years ago.
You didn't know.
It was also, I got to introduce Sergio to Lord of the Rings, where
Because
Billy
of
Boyd
this?
is also, and so the entire time he's like, that's the doll.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Now, did you recognize his voice as Glenn Glenda? Or you saw it and you're like, that was Billy Boyd?
I had to be told, yes.
Yeah.
Although
Well, I mean, I
famously
wouldn't
bad
recognize
with-
it
Yeah.
either. I'm
Sure.
just curious.
Yes, as you said, there it's like this voiceover of him wondering about his real life, his parents, and all this, and then we get to our next scene, which is this snowy Christmas setting, and someone's dressed up as Santa, walking through the snow, like on the phone, and getting broken up with, and he seems to be in a cemetery.
Yeah.
But he's going to an orphanage.
Yeah. And he sees like all these presents like strewn about or whatever, and then he sees like Chucky is chilling up against the headstone, and this is a fun little shot where like out of focus behind him we see like this like figure come into focus, and it's Tiffany sneaking up behind him, and she starts strangling him with a slinky, and then Chucky cuts into his fake belly and then his fake beard and gets him like slit in his throat.
I knew you weren't real.
Yeah. And then, like, he goes in, like, doing this, well, you know, we're like, fuck with your mind. And then this is when we find it's a movie set.
A movie.
Hey.
They're like, the doll's broken again.
Yeah, so, I mean, at this point, when I was watching it, I was upset that our first 4 kills at this point, 3 kills at this point or whatever,
Are
were
all
not
fake.
real.
Oh, we're not real. Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, come on, just give me something. But whatever. At least we do
we
get
still
some
saw him.
blood out of it. Yeah, exactly. You see something.
I mean, I thought this was a good fake out though, because at the end of Bride of Chucky, they're in a cemetery. And so like you could go into the scene thinking like they've just been chilling here waiting for like the next person to come along.
I think I would have liked one I just didn't like a fake out and then another fake out.
Yeah, that's fair.
But whatever. I mean, it's fine. It works because I think both fake outs work. I was just like,
Yeah,
didn't we just do a fake out? Nah, it didn't bother me.
I mean, I
It's
kind of
fine.
like the fact that we were in a holiday Chucky movie. It's gonna be
For
like
a
the
moment.
holiday special.
because
For a
then
moment, we were.
realistically, we never go back to the movie theme of the Chucky movie after this point, right? In this movie, there's no real besides a little bit of stuff after. Yeah. I mean, there's a little bit in the
Well, the set
studio
gets
that they
closed
have
down
with Jennifer Tilly.
because somebody gets killed.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Then I mean, I guess they close it off from there. But yeah, there's not much more going back into I don't know
But they
set.
should have.
meta
Again,
world.
it's.
I would have had more fun in there.
It's
and
again touching on a bunch of different things rather than just going with something.
going full. Yes. Yeah.
Which, well, I will say, I think Scream 3, I think handled it a lot better because we got to see more of the set. We got to be in it for a longer period of time.
We get a chase scene on set that is the house that we've seen chase scenes before.
Yeah, which they played around with it a little bit more. But here, I think, I mean, off the bat, once we get rolling, it is the Jennifer Tilly show. Once we move past,
she pops in here, we're going off.
It's
great though.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a little person on set as Chucky, like in the movie, like, you know, complaining about something.
Yes. Get more like what it would be like behind the scenes of
a Chucky movie.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, no, that would have been fun too. Have more fun with different Chucky doll. I mean, it sets up for like kind of almost a cliche scene at this point, but a bunch of Chucky dolls that like you can. I guess that just it gives a different tone to the movie than at that point. Or it could of I don't know. I don't know if I'm necessarily looking for a scarier movie, but I don't know. Coming off Bride, I just had so much more fun with that than the schlockiness. I wanted either more schlockiness from this movie, just like hit whatever one of these things a little bit harder into that. Where I think it would have really paid off for me because I think there's a lot of fun moments. I think
Bride has a lot of gags, but also like a lot of just sort of classic slashery scary movie stuff, and this one is kind of all gags.
Yeah.
Yes, precisely. Because I feel like while the Made in Japan gag is fun, it's just thrown in there as another gag, another thing into it. I mean, which leads us to a very interesting fight at the end of the movie. Which is
oh my god,
we're far away from the end of the movie. We're at all this thing here. It sets up this whole scene, and then it's all fake. Chucky's broken again. Cut. We're on the film set. We get to a reporter being like, "Hey, live from the set," and it gives us a little bit of exposition about, you know, a movie's being made about infamous serial killer dolls, you know, urban legends, and that's what's going on here. And when the floor manager, a little behind the scenes, is at the beginning of the film shouts, "Hey, Tiffany's left arm is loose again," and then grabs his crotch. This is an in-joke, as revealed on the DVD commentary for Bride of Chucky, that Jennifer Tilly explained that Chucky's left arm kept grabbing her breast during shoots.
Oh my god.
So in this one, I guess they have it grab that dude's crotch.
Let's turn the tables a little bit here.
No. I knew you'd like it. Jennifer Tilly's kind of sneaking to candy bar at this point. Actual Jennifer Tilly.
Yep.
This is when it's like, okay, now we're getting into the super, even more meta, because obviously we're on a film set about Chucky and stuff, but then Jennifer Tilly is Jennifer Tilly
playing herself.
Yeah. I will say, with all of this, we were talking about it because we've seen the show. We've been doing reactions to the Chucky TV show, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe this. And we're not going to spoil it, but like, just where we are here and how we end up where we are in the TV show, it's kind of bonkers a little bit.
Yeah, I believe
but
it.
I will say it's like takes elements.
I'm looking forward to coming back to the show after we finish our watch.
Me too.
Of the franchise.
Right.
I will just never get tired of Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany. Loving Jennifer Tilly as Jennifer Tilly.
Oh yeah,
just the voice of an angel. Love it.
Oh, the little like insults to herself in this movie do really make me laugh. Just like, no wonder her career's in trouble.
She's a slut.
Well, all the things with like her sneaking the candy bar and she's supposed to be on the diet because you know she needs to be skinny like everyone else. And Julia Roberts, who was how did she get that role as Erin Brockovich? Well, I think she probably slept with someone to do it. Which I mean, I guess that's what leads her to get her meeting with Redman, Mr. Man.
Because Mr. Redman is producing a movie about the Virgin Mary.
Yes. And she wants the role.
A certain image she wants for the role. Yeah.
She's got to be hot.
Just Gabby.
Now, another part too is that they end like this little Access Hollywood segment or whatever it is with Chucky going, "Fuck you very much." Like, was that just going out on TV? Like, what? Sorry.
Apparently the show itself has taught us something, was that a network has a certain amount of F words that you can say to get to say on TV. You can't say the F word, but there's only a certain amount you can say on a broadcast.
And I know
so maybe this was their one that they could use.
But I always thought of Access Hollywood or Entertainment Tonight as that show that's on at 7:30 that I'm watching with my parents.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a pre-recorded interview. They'll just
no, because Glenda, they hear
watching it.
They're watching the broadcast.
He's watching the end, and
Chucky says,
yes. Fuck you very much. And she's like, anything from you, Chucky? And he just goes, fuck you very much.
Fuck you very much.
Does HBO have their own show that does this type of thing?
Right? And and they have HBO at the weird ventriloquist carnival.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? They got everything there.
He's got that premium subscription.
Precisely. So, yeah, Glenn's watching this in his cage, and this is when he realizes that Chucky could be his father. So I said he escapes in a funny way because
this is so funny. I love this scene.
Please
the
tell.
Scene where he's just flopping around just his arms. I don't even know. You know what it reminds me of?
I may have missed this both times.
Wait, really?
Oh, it's pretty funny when he's running down the road.
Distracted.
You see his full body bouncing up and down the street to get onto a car that apparently they can reach, and then hops on.
Shitface can run. Shitface is fast.
It is wild. But I don't know if you guys have played this game, but Cody just described this game to me that now makes me realize that this looks like it.
Quap.
Have you played that?
I don't think
Describe
so.
Quap.
Is that the one where you have
this old Flash game where you have to press Q and W and O and P to control the thighs and calves of the runner's legs independently. And you have to press them in the right order to make the guy run 100-meter dash.
Yeah, I see it. It looks like that's somebody's.
That's how it looks like to me.
I do kind of remember seeing him move funny. Maybe it was then.
Yeah, this is him running away from his ventriloquist master or whatever. And jumps onto this car to get out of here, and we get our little fun little map view of him traveling to Hollywood. How do you feel about that, Sam?
I don't remember seeing it.
Well, because we see him on a map and he's traveling across, and then we see him. Oh, he gets on a plane. No, he gets on a plane.
He would have to.
And we see an image of Chucky in the clouds as he's going over.
It's one of those kind of classic Indiana Jones shots when he's traveling around.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting of Glenn.
Dom Mancini is very much about homages and showing homages to other horror movie or other movies, especially old ones. So this is, I feel his attempt to do that.
I mean, I think this whole thing's an attempt at that type of schlocky, almost John Waters-y type of thing at moments here. And I feel it doesn't quite all the way go there. A few different things. But I mean, thinking about it now, I'm having a great time. This is a lot of fun talking about this. This movie's fucking hilarious. But for whatever reason, while watching it, my engagement level sticking with it is just really tough.
It's very hard because he's trying to do a mixture of, I want to do this campy, very out there homage to things like Hairspray or all the movies that he did with Divine and stuff like that, which is John Watery kind of movies,
right?
But at the same time, he's oh wait, we need Chucky stuff to happen. So then it's just a break in between that we can't fully grasp.
I get it. It seems
just a bunch of bits put together.
Yeah, there's skits.
Oh, get ready for whatever. The Greasy Strangler.
What is? I've been hearing that so many.
So the nightclub's
everywhere.
obsessed with it. Shout out to the nightclub. Listen to their podcast. And I've heard about it for a long time and never been interested in it. And they've been crazy about it. And Brian watched it because they're crazy about it, and he didn't like it. I know Ross has seen it, and I'm not really a fan of John Waters movies particularly, or Tim and Eric, and it looks like a mashup of the two. So it looks like something I'm really not going to enjoy. But that we're doing that this cycle. That closes out the cycle with our patron pick because it was suggested.
Maybe we'll watch it.
We'll see
for your episode. I've been here. I just been hearing a lot of it around. So that's fair.
We'll let you know. I'm very, very curious as to like.
I'll probably end up loving it with all this like everything.
I'm very curious what's going to happen with Sam. I think that would be hilarious if that happens. I don't think he will love it.
I think
I'm just curious as to what level he will dislike it.
Oh my God.
And we're having a guest on for that, Thomas Michael Thomas. Shout out.
Oh, nice.
Check out his books on Amazon. He loves it, so we'll have a balance.
Okay.
It has its cult following for sure. And respect to him.
We saw them at Spooky Empire.
We did.
Nobody really visited them much.
We went up to him and I was like, you know what? Chuddle the Pod loves you. You know who hates you? The nightclub. Really hates the Greasy Strangler. They do not. They talk about how much they hate you all the time. So they know that now. Let them know.
Yeah, that's true.
Jennifer Tilly goes and meets with Mr. Man or Red, depending on what you could call him. Her whole fun,
if you're
their
nasty.
interaction with him is hilarious. They're reading lines together.
I always remembered that.
Redman's checking out those Tillys. But after all of this, Redman says he needs to go with his first choice, Julia Roberts.
Coming back. Julia Roberts.
Because she put it out.
Jennifer has an interesting idea for the character, and she would like to discuss it in a more intimate setting with Mr. Man. He's feeling this. Okay, that worked.
Mr. Man.
Now, Glenn's made it to the film studio and busts out of his shipping box. Okay, so making his way through the room of props, which is interesting because he's just like, oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry to all these like monsters. And until he finds Chucky and Tiffany. And then he pulls out this necklace that was left with him. It's the fucking amulet necklace.
And the last one. We
yeah. And says the chant to work up to wake up Chucky and Tiff.
To work up.
You're doing great.
So he says this. Why does this work for these dolls that have
magic,
nothing
baby.
to do?
I cannot tell you why this works. The chant. Oh, I think Cody said this when we watched it. Was like, for some reason, Dumbledore loves Glenda here. Like, they're just like, Chucky, he says, fuck you, Chucky. You need to have 5 or 10 minutes to say your chant in order to do any shit with this. But I agree. This one doesn't really make that much sense. And there's only like 3 things that he needs to say in order for this to like work.
Yeah. Give me the power, I beg of you.
And that's it.
No
and
problem.
These dolls weren't like accidentally dropped into goo that was being made for production of new dolls. They weren't reassembled Chucky bits from.
Wait, no, they were reassembled. I thought they weren't they the original dolls from the gravesite that they then rebuilt for the movie?
Did they say that?
If they
do not recall
that.
I definitely remember them saying that while they were like
they could have
doing the Access Hollywood thing.
Maybe. But it seems like, but then the Access Hollywood thing specifically calls it the urban legend of Chucky and Tiffany the dolls. So like when I hear of urban legend, I wouldn't think of like, oh, we definitely have the real urban dolls.
Because like these dolls arrive everywhere, or like they're always at a crime scene. But I mean, I'm pretty sure, though, don't quote me. I guess this won't go in the evidence pile because I don't have secure facts.
I don't know.
But I thought they said that.
Okay, if they did, then great. Then that does make this make more sense, because otherwise I was like, these dolls seem like, I mean, I don't know why a production company would do that get like
Authentic.
real dolls.
That also just
We need the real dolls, and then we
thing.
need to rework them, and then whatever. But fine, it's fine. Okay, so then that's how we get Chucky and them back. Then that makes sense, and that leads to them killing this dude, and we get a decapitation, which is pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
I mean,
And
Immediately followed by a gag.
Isn't this guy the one they kill? Isn't he one of the actual though puppeteer or enemy? What are they called?
Probably a pioneer, right?
Special effects man.
Special effects guy. I thought he was.
A fella.
Is it?
It's not the guy who designed them, is it? What's his name?
Kevin Yeager.
We've mentioned him a bunch, and he's done a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Did he do Seed? Do we know if he designed the...
Okay, found it. The guy that they killed is Tony Gardner. He is a makeup designer, special effects designer, and puppeteer. I want to say specifically for Seed of Chucky, but he did Hairspray, Jackass, The Addams Family, Shallow Hal. There's something about Mary, and The Blob from 1988.
Hocus Pocus, I see.
You can check out the reaction for on their YouTube channel.
On our YouTube channel.
Hey, all of our fans, I know all of ours will get you over the edge to that 50 that you're looking for.
Oh,
yeah.
So if every one of our listeners goes over,
close to
subscribe.
50K over there, guys.
Almost said, guys, let's push them over the edge.
Give them that shuttle bump.
That shuttle
Talk
bump.
about pushing me over the edge. I think it's time for another name of a cum. Cum name.
Well, we're about to get a lot of cum talk, right?
It's coming. It's coming very soon.
It's
for
coming.
Some cock
Ooh,
snot.
okay. That was foul. That was
I just
snot.
I just have to say and get there. Okay. Now his head's gone. Great, good.
Yeah.
Shitface proceeds to pee themselves, and this is when Tiff and Chuck argue over their gender, getting to the name Glenn and Glenda.
Yeah.
Jennifer Tilly makes her way into the
down
mess.
to see there's
just a mound. It looks like a Ken mound.
Yeah.
And like
Chucky's face always kills me in this.
It's like, what if I want to be a boy and a girl? And Tiffany's like, well, some people. And Chucky's
Some
like,
people...
no fucking way.
It's just like a late bloomer or whatever. He says something along those lines as to why he doesn't have any sort of giblets down there. This is when Jennifer Tilly's coming in, playing around the decapitated head. She finally realizes it's real. The cops come, reporters come. This is when we get John Waters coming in, the role of Pete Peters, which was specifically written for John Waters, which I mean,
nice,
makes sense.
Yeah, he's wanted to be in the Child's Play movies for a while now.
Has he? That's cool.
Oh, nice.
She's able to get into her limo from the mob. She sits in the front, and the Chucky fam sneak into the back. Glenn's asking all sorts of questions, but Tiff comes up with a plan to transfer her soul into Jennifer Tilly, and Chucky will transfer into Redmond, Mr. Man. And they will use Jennifer as a surrogate, so they'll have a body for Glenn. Meanwhile, Jennifer calls her assistant to get her set up for her night with Mr. Man. Next, we get to Chucky and Tiff tucking Glenn in for the night. He then asks him why they kill. And, Chucky, loves to kill. And at this point, we see Tiff start to get, she's wanting to set a good example for the kid and quit killing. And gets into the whole addiction thing, which is a whole fun thing that she goes on through.
We get.
Well, I will say this specific scene actually went a little bit viral on TikTok as a sound during Halloween. The whole monologue where Tiffany's like, "We have a problem with killing. We don't have a problem with killing." That whole thing was very big on TikTok. People were using it left and right.
Really? I had no idea. I just got on the talk. You can follow us on
really
TikTok, by the way.
By the way.
And Chucky, he even agrees to quit killing, but he has his fingers crossed. He's a little sneaky boy. Joan, the assistant, is trying to convince Jennifer that this is a bad idea to sleep with Mr. Man for the role, and is telling her that it's evil and stuff. There's a whole dialogue that they have, to which Jennifer replies, hell would be ending up on Celebrity Fear Factor in a worm eating contest with Anna Nicole Smith.
And then she says, in which you'd win.
Now, Anna Nicole Smith was a famous
Playboy model, playmate
that married a very old
reality
rich
star.
man. Yeah,
and reality star.
What, Weight Watchers or Slim Fast or something like
Train
that?
Spa, baby.
Train Spa, there it is. And she passed too soon.
Yes.
For those that don't know who that is, it was a very topical
Anna Nicole
reference at the
Smith.
time.
Exactly. That's kind of why I put it in here, as it's the topical of this.
When did she pass? Like before 2004?
No, she was still. I think that was probably during one of her. I feel like that was during her one of.
I would have think she's still alive.
Kind of. I don't remember.
Oh, when her show was
heyday.
still big.
Yeah, something. Yeah, like
one
that.
of the heydays of things and such. Yeah, because
I want to say I used to watch that.
2007.
2007.
Okay, there you go. So a couple years before
cool.
then. At this
not cool. Rest in peace.
Cool.
So no.
Should have been 2006.
No.
Has arrived, and the plan that Chuck and Tiff have come up with is that Chucky will masturbate into a cup, and then they're going to inseminate Jennifer Tilly with it.
With what?
Oh, with some. I don't know. Crack wax? That one's not that great.
What? Crack wax? Oh, wait. Meaning like on my crack?
Well, I think it goes
crack?
both ways. Yeah.
That's
it's inclusive.
Other way, crack wax. All right, guys. So, okay. Which is going to lead us to Chucky jerking it.
Whoa. Like, how I don't remember this part of the movie. That shit is insane.
Did you see the unrated version?
Tiff boobs. I don't
know. I saw the Blu-ray.
I thought there was an unrated version where we saw Chucky's penis, but maybe I imagined that. Why would I imagine that? But
we definitely see the shadow of it.
Well, we do see the shadow of him jerking it, but I thought in the unrated version they showed wiener.
I don't know. I'm so thrown by everything happening at this point that I could have seen it and missed it.
I mean, and you got to give props where props are due. For his size, he produces a large quantity.
Oh my god!
Absolutely,
there's a lot of daddy sauce.
Voodoo? Is that the voodoo doing that? Wait,
buckets of ball barf.
So much dong water.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
This is the time to do it because we just ejaculated. So
this is the time to do it. Also, that right before Tiffany leaves, when he has to jerk off, is when we get the doll boobs.
We get the
and the
squeaky noise.
So funny.
When she reveals
my god,
them.
So funny.
That is fucking funny. I just love that Chucky's just like, "Hey, can you help?" or something like that, and she just turns around. We hear her put it back up, and then she just goes away. But he still needs assistance because then he looks at
the magazines.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that one's for the fans.
Wait, you forgot about the one that kills me every time is, oh hey, lesbos.
Yeah.
Oh, Chucky. Anything to get some of that erectoplasm out.
Oof.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
That was fun. I kind of like that one as like
I'll
a fun
take erectoplasm.
I would name my next dog that.
Erectoplasm?
Erectoplasm.
Shout that at a dog park. Come here.
Name my
Erecto.
See, it doesn't sound that bad, really.
No.
Right. I am skipping some of these because some of them are really dumb. So Chucky's doing his thing, but while John Waters has decided to like come and like figure out and break this story, this is when he's sneaking around getting his photos of everything. Jennifer and Redmond, or Mr. Man, are going to have some champagne, in which Tiff has put some pills into it. Chucky's still jerking it. He's trying to get out some of his. Well, I don't know if it's some of his, but he's trying to get out fish dip, and he is just laughing it up while doing this.
Wait, what if I yell that during sex?
Fish dip?
What if I'm like, oh yeah, give
me your fish dip.
I want that fish dip so bad. I want to
See, it would send my South Park brain to to the fish sticks episode.
Fish sticks.
Oh yeah.
That's where we go.
That's got to be a very complicated episode.
Well, I mean, do you like fish sticks?
Yeah, I like fish
When
sticks.
you're a gay fish. That's yeah.
No, I know. I know the episode. It's the gay fish. Yeah, and they do it to Kanye. And Kanye's upset, and then he's a mermaid or something.
I have explained this episode to Sergio no less than 3 times.
He has.
Anyway,
what was that? Fish dip?
Fish dip.
It was fish dip, right?
It was fish dip.
Nice.
So Chucky, he's going wild, laughing, having a great time while he's
As
doing
you
this.
do, as one does while you're doing it. I'm really
John Waters taking a bunch of photos. John Waters like, oh, this is good.
That was
this is
perfect,
wild.
Sam. That was the.
I don't think I can recreate it, but thank you.
It's okay. We have. I'll ISO it.
Nice.
By the way, IMDb says alternate versions. An unrated version of the film has been released on DVD. It includes about 1 minute of deleted scenes put back in the film. The Chucky masturbation scene is extended with a new shot of Chucky with his hand over his penis. I saw that.
Did see that.
Doll peen.
I don't think you see the penis, but his hand on the penis.
His hand is on it. Yeah.
And because I remember thinking, whoa, and also this seems a bit long. So that's I probably
There's
watched
a lot
it
of it.
unrated.
I feel like maybe I saw that too.
Yeah, we
I don't know
both
if I
watched
saw
the
it.
same.
Thank
We had the
God.
same collection, so we probably did.
Okay, I'm
Would
glad
make
it
sense.
wasn't just me. I mean, talk about chode nectar, right?
Tell me, a lot of gentleman's relish, if I may.
Gentleman's relish.
Since they
I
didn't
like
drink
that.
it,
Wait, that makes it sound fancy.
but relish is chunky, is it not?
sometimes
Some
it's-
cum is chunky.
Not a relish guy, gentleman or otherwise.
John Waters taking photos.
Sometimes it's just gelatin. Anyways, sorry.
God.
How hydrated are you?
Glue. It's all yeah. Hydrate well. Tiff and Redmond decide not Tiff.
Jennifer
Jennifer
Tilly.
and
Jennifer
Redmond
Tilly.
didn't drink anything, so Tiff decides to just knock out Redmond, and then she makes herself known to Jennifer, asking for an autograph. That's a fun little moment. Jennifer freaks out and runs away, running into Chucky with his
Oh my god.
fresh load of high
What the hell do I do with this?
porn syrup.
Wait,
High
what?
fructose porn
I
syrup.
don't even. Oh my god.
And asking like, what should I do with this?
Runs into Tiff
That's
with that,
fun.
right? Not Jennifer Tilly, or to Jennifer Tilly? Because doesn't Tiff throw the statue at her as she's running away and hit her in the back of the head?
Not yet.
Okay.
She turns around to run and ends up seeing Chucky.
Okay.
Yes.
And then runs.
Because I love that award that she gets hit with is for most improved actress.
Most improved.
It's like 2 years old, 2002. I think that's so funny. What a good joke.
So then after this point, Jennifer Tilly gets knocked out, and we get the scene of Tiff inseminating Jennifer with Chucky's sperm. Oh, sorry.
Wait, what?
Well, yeah, what is that?
With Chucky's honey, hot milk, jam, Jamba Juice. I'm just gonna start rattling some out here.
Hot
They're
milk
not
is
as,
kind
like,
of.
You like that one?
I like hot milk.
Lech water. Anyway,
Lech water.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. This is kind of weird, and you know what? I'm just gonna be vulnerable. So when I was on the single scene, I realized that when I was speaking to Spanish men, they would always say like, "Oh, I want your leche." I want your leche. With leche is milk. And I always was very like, once you tell me you want my leche, I'm like, I don't know.
Or is it referring to a lecherous person?
That was my first thought.
Which can be called a lech.
I think
I've never been called lecherous.
It's a milk thing.
Let's go with the milk thing.
But I did think that as well.
So we get the whole scene, the insemination scene, with some more of that liquid silk coming out of the turkey baster, dripping out some of them live cultures. Chucky wakes up Glenn for a
soy
boys'
milk.
Yeah. Chucky wakes up Glenn for a boys' night out. And this is when Chucky and Glenn are like driving a Hummer down the road, and they get cut off by quote unquote Britney Spears. We get they got a very odd sound. Like it almost sounds like a different
It sounds like
in
50
the club
Cent,
or something.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Bump,
It's
bump,
not, but that's
bump,
exactly
bump,
what
but
it
it's
sounds
not.
like.
Yes.
Yeah.
The offbeat version of that. This leads to Chucky running, quote unquote, Britney Spears off the road into a fiery explosion, to which he says, oops, I did it again.
I did it again.
Great.
That might be one of the best
say,
like Chucky-isms of the.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he's not. There's nothing he does that's too standout-ish.
And that's the
compared
thing.
to some other movies.
I agree. There's not enough Chucky, but also I actually want more shitface. Like the way it starts with shitface, like sort of dreaming of a better life and being made in Japan. Like I want that sort. I like this sort of shitface that Chucky doesn't like. I think that would have been more fun to play with.
I thought what was funny, I like the bumbly like shitface that accidentally killed the wife in the bathtub.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get more of him not wanting to kill, but he can't
and
help
doing it. That would have been fun
accidentally
too, yeah.
killing and stuff like that. I thought that could have been fun to play with.
I agree with you. I think this was definitely like Chucky taking a step back, and it was like it's the Jennifer Tilly show, which is great. Like there are some highlights of Jennifer Tilly and Tiffany. There's some highlights and lines that they do that's really fun. But I actually really like the dynamic between Shitface and
Chucky.
Like this whole scene with them where they go off and their dynamics are so different and like they're so scared. And
I want more of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's tough though. Yeah, because I also love all the Tilly.
Gotta love the Tilly. This is when we're at the paparazzi studio or wherever it is that John Waters works, where he's developing the photos he took. So we get all these scandalous photos of Chucky jerking it to produce some love liquor. Chucky appears behind him and scares him with like a laugh. And then this is when we get like a little chase around cat and mouse while like Glenn is watching in amazement. I said the whole time he's kind of like, watching what daddy does. Watching what daddy does. Chucky's going to knife him, but Glenn goes to help the reporter, I guess. But this causes him to knock into a jar of acid, burning his face off.
He wants to save him. And because he sees him, he gets scared.
I mean, would you have a jar of sulfuric acid at that strength in a photo production studio?
I don't know what that was used for.
I don't know what.
Like that would definitely also like destroy the film.
Yeah, you work with some chemicals there, but to that extent, no. I don't think we had anything that.
So the first watch of this, I missed this scene entirely.
Oh my god! I mean, understandable, but yeah.
But I do like the effect of him turning his face and his like whole side of his face just starts to like
that is
bubbling.
Unrealistic of if you actually got sulfuric acid poured on your
I mean, I don't want to do that, but it looks good.
Yeah, I think it's a fun little effect. It looks neat. It's
I made sure to see it.
They take a picture together. They take a little selfie and like a little proud moment that he has with his son. Look, we killed this guy. It's great. The next morning, Mr. Mann and Jennifer wake up in bed together. Very confused. Tiff is reading her 12 steps in 3 days, like a little book. She's committed to quitting, and she kind of just jumps up to step 9. Though she's like, the first step's none of that. No, 9, make amends. This is when she's calling the wife of the man that she killed, the cop in the beginning of Bride of Chucky.
Okay, is that who it was?
Hi,
supposed
Mrs.
to be?
Baylock.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call to tell you that I killed your husband, and I feel really bad about
Some sort of joke.
Yeah, hilarious. Her not understanding, and I feel like it comes up too with addiction stuff as well. I feel like I don't know, does she really think that she's talking to like other people that struggle with the same like need to kill addiction levels? Because it feels like
have a slip.
Yeah, when she calls the hotline.
Yeah.
With the hotline, yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
She really takes that to heart. At this point, though, her limo, Jennifer's limo, comes to pick her up. Stan, the driver, wants to tell her something important. He's in love with her, but Jennifer pukes, so he says, forget it. She's not feeling well. Chuck and Glenn are figuring out what to do as the sun sets, but now Jennifer and Redmond, Mr. Mann, are having dinner again. They're still hanging out. Wasn't he only
did he stay there?
Yeah, wait, I just thought about that in this moment too. Why is he still there? Wasn't he came in the
I'd
night
like
before?
to think that he left and came back or something. There is a point because y'all know I like to point out the fun little mistakes in movies.
Certainly.
There's a point where we see Jennifer Tilly is in the front seat talking to her driver, and then they do a shot from the outside of the limo driving through the intersection where there's clearly nobody in the passenger seat. It's just the driver.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm sure there's plenty of that.
She was puking.
Oh yeah,
that's true. Could be puking.
They're just really into the moment. Or
oh yeah, that's true.
Jennifer's just chilling in her trailer while they just picked up a quickle shot. Anyway, nighttime. Dinner.
Did you say quickle shot?
I did say quickle.
Yeah, it's a quick little shot.
Okay.
It's a quick little shot. It's a quickle.
Quickle.
Quickle shot is also what Chucky produced.
A quickle shot of male tears or of some man chowder.
Man chowder is better. Male tears is...
Man chowder. I dig man chowder. That's funny.
There's a few of these man ones I'll get to. Man foam. I don't know. It's not really foamy. That seems problematic.
Well, I mean,
you need to see a doctor.
Man period. If there's blood, that's not good. This isn't.
Go see a doctor for sure.
Man seed. I mean, it is.
Yeah, man
standard. Yeah.
Standard.
Yes.
What happened to good old Nut?
I hear it's coming.
We're almost at the ends.
Nut Blaster?
Nut butter.
Please, yes, suggestions or whatever. I mean, maybe we can add to this list. Maybe they're taking.
Maybe we can.
What about nut foam?
Oh my God, your Discord is going to go crazy. If you know more, hit up the Discord.
If you want to see, there's going to be a lot of people commenting on this one. I have a feeling. Please comment on our socials as well. Let's get that engagement.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Jeez, I need time.
Let's be the cum nickname guys.
For
That's
one
what
episode.
Is. Let's contain it to.
Oh my God.
I mean,
everybody needs a niche.
Yeah, exactly.
Chucky produced a full cup of Chuddle.
And then we'll produce a full cup of monkey juice.
No.
No.
Well, because I know there's like spanking the monkey. I think that's like a thing.
Evolution.
Yeah.
So maybe spanking my monkey.
Anyway, we'll move on. We'll get some better ones, but we are about halfway through.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah,
it's okay.
We're good.
Halfway through our various different knob slurry.
Knob slurry is good.
Our knob slurry of nut butter.
Yeah, it was tough to take down, but it was good.
Yeah. So Jennifer's told Redmond that she's pregnant, and he's like, "It can't be me. I had a vasectomy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Who's the daddy?" I had a vasectomy as soon as I came to Hollywood. He's smart. And at this point, he has determined that he can't hire her because she's pregnant. That doesn't line up with his vision. And Tiff, I think at this point, overhears this whole conversation, calls Redman a pig. She goes for a knife, but instead calls the recovery helpline. We get this whole fun little, I don't know, conversation here. Redman continues to eat while Jennifer goes and takes a phone call. Tiff.
Can we talk about the
Redman loves corn?
I was gonna say, can we talk about the amount of food that is on the table?
I thought that was mac and cheese.
Like a 10-person feast. I was also pretty sure that it was corn. He was just scoop after scoop after scoop of corn,
just shoveling down corn. It's like, I gotta eat the whole scene. Just give me a plate of corn,
weird,
and I gotta hit
I don't like corn. I don't like a lot of corn in my stuff. So I can't do that. I don't think. I mean, if I was paid to do it on screen, I'll do it.
I need to know if this is
some corn cream.
Corn cream.
He's just eating corn.
Just for the when did I eat corn moment.
Because that's such a giant plate of corn. Then I thought it was mac and cheese, so I was understanding of it. I was like, oh, I'd have a big plate of
that much mac and cheese.
I would eat it. Yeah,
for sure.
That's just corn. It's corn.
The realization that it's corn. It's always been corn.
Oh, that's good job. I like popcorn. So that's great. Redmond's going for it. This is we do popcorn. a gut flop. So Tiff goes underneath. He like moves his plate of corn away and sees Tiff under there and gets gutted, this is a fun little gut flop here.
Yeah, this one I definitely remember.
Oh yeah.
I was like, Redman gets his guts out at a long dinner table.
While Jennifer Tilly's off on a phone call, just like talking about, I'm having a dinner. He's a rapper director. He's hyphenated. Like her whole little conversation on the phone is fun. If you're paying attention.
Yeah, I was listening to it this time.
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking about his guts falling out made me think of gut nut as another term.
Gut nut?
I don't think that's on the list, but we can add a gut nut to
it.
I love it. Love it.
By the way, drop dead. Redman
drops dead
as his gut has flopped. Yep.
I don't know. I like the visual of Tiffany.
I like you can see that. Go ahead.
No, I like the visual of Tiffany. Because at some point Glenn comes in and is like, Mom, and she just goes,
yes,
don't worry, or something. Rome wasn't built in a day, or something like that.
No, she says Rome wasn't built in a day to Chucky, doesn't she?
Chucky.
So she's like,
yeah.
Mommy just had a little slip.
It'll be our little secret.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just love the visual of her turning and there's just guts in front of her. I like that she has
I like the guts are steaming.
Oh,
yes, that's what I love the
steaming pile of guts.
I think that my
do you have
they really did the like Tiffany surprised face well, because we see it a couple times in this movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
I agree.
Does anybody have them much amount of guts?
I got more than that, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude.
Hold up.
Sam's a big boy that doesn't get scared, so he's got a lot of guts.
I didn't know.
That's right.
Hold up.
Do you have it? We're just all gore inside.
No.
We are.
There's a lot of guts in there.
Inside.
I could have took on the aggro crag any day.
Okay.
I eat that aggro crag for breakfast.
Guts. So next morning comes along again. Chuck and Tiffany are hanging out in bed watching Martha getting taken to jail, and I
love this.
They're going to like execute her now.
They're getting ready to execute Martha Stewart.
She literally thinks that they're just about to watch.
Oh, God.
I love that joke. That
was one of the top ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Just the earnest way that she says it. So Jennifer wakes up at this point super preggo, because you know why? It's a voodoo pregnancy, so it's accelerated. Because we got to speed things along. I got a point I'm trying to make.
When Jennifer Tilly threw up in the bag after she was inseminated, it was supposed to be like morning sickness, and I was like, that would not happen that fast. But then,
her knowing or
pregnancy.
telling Mr. Man that she knows that she's pregnant is already that's
true.
Happened the night before.
I
There's no
also
way to know that.
Love that Tiffany is just so well versed in all of this. This was all her plan. Like she knew every bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, because at this point Jennifer calls Joan, her assistant, and saying that she's like huge and fat, and they have this whole funny conversation.
Oh yeah,
Tiff also comes onto the line.
And I love that.
There's like all these like shots popping in and out of who's talking on the phone. I didn't say that. You just said that about me. I'm not. Yeah, that's a fun little.
Very who's on first.
When Jennifer gets attacked and she's screaming, and Tiffany is like, "Oh yeah, I have Bound On in the background. Gina Gershon's figuring me right now."
Yes. That one's great too. Yes.
That's another really good one.
That was a good one.
Well, this is all so that they can cause a distraction, so Chucky can like assault her and bind Jennifer to the bed. To I guess because I guess it's about birthing time or whatever they're gonna do. Now at this point, Chucky starts wanting to get all grabby, but he gets caught by Tiff. This starts a commotion, and then the picture that Chucky took of him and Glenn with the dead body falls out of his little, overalls. And Tiff catches this. So then they argue about killing, not killing. This comes up with Glenn Glenda wanting to be a boy, wanting to be a girl. And then Glenn goes full fucking Tommy Wiseau at one point from the room.
Oh,
and
yes.
literally says,
absolutely.
"You're tearing me apart."
You're tearing me apart.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
Oh, it was
I
great.
can't help but add Lisa to the end of that. When
Yes.
like both times. I'm like, I know this was pre-room, but that's all I hear is the room.
Me too. Exactly. It was hilarious. But this leads to Glenn being like,
"Oh, hi, Chucky.
What about what I want? What do I want?" Glenn comes to the conclusion like, well, sometimes I feel like a boy, sometimes I feel like a girl. I want to be both, but you know what? I don't want to be a killer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn's very nice, a nice boy. Now, Chucky's proud of being a killer, and it's something that you should not have to hide in your closet. And I like at this point, Chucky starts like understanding Glenn through this like viewpoint of relating as a killer to his Glenda's gender identity, and being like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Like, type of thing. I don't want to have to hide that I'm a killer. Why should you have to hide however you're feeling? And like,
Chucky's growing too.
Chucky gets to it. Yeah, exactly.
When he delivers the closet line, he bangs on the door, and Redman's body falls out.
Then a few bodies fall out.
No, just Redman, because the other bodies fall out after. Because he's like, this is when he finds out that Tiffany, for all the shit she's been giving him, has still been killing people.
Well, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
There it is.
Now, Chucky's, like, as I said, he's proud about all this. We get Dead Man falls out. But what about Chucky's body? Well, Tiff has an idea. Let's call up Stan, because Chucky was going to go into Redman's body. Mm-hmm. They call up Stan. Stan's all about it because at this point, he's just like driving in his car, practicing saying, "I love you" to Jennifer. Yeah. Jennifer, I love you. I love you, Jennifer. Jennifer, I love you. Then he like gets
poor
the call.
Guy.
Yeah, he's
although he got to hook up with Jennifer Tilly, so at least he got something before he went.
Well, he comes a running, and their plan goes well because they seemingly tie up Stan no problem, and they're getting all ready for the transfer. But Joan's assistant shows up at this point, and Chucky has to take care of that problem.
The assistant Joan from SB Club 9.
How dare you?
S Club 7.
S Club 7.
Thank you.
I will say, as someone who loves, you know, I still support her, but
it's okay.
At that time I was a huge fan of the group. This was probably the most suspenseful part for me when I was watching the movie.
Like,
I remember seeing it and I do think that out of the whole movie, this is their only attempt of trying to kind of be scary. Was this
one of the few,
one just her walking all the way up slowly, not knowing what she's gonna go into, but I was
all the stair
scared.
Scenes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Certainly. Yeah, I get that. It's few and far between, but this one probably had a little bit more of that mood to it.
Yeah.
Now, Joan, she's come inside. She's looking for Jennifer, and she finds Jennifer and Stan tied up in a bed, like one floor up. She has to go up those stairs. Now, they both have these gags in their mouth, and this is just something I've always wondered as well. Like, Jennifer eventually spits it out, but like, I've never really been, I guess, forcefully gagged like that. Like, to know.
That's some Patreon content.
I feel like I could push that out of my mouth. I definitely, when I was younger, tried to put like a slab of duct tape over my mouth and being like, I can easily pop
of it.
I don't know what. Just like a slab
of duct tape.
Like a slice of it, like
just like, some duct tape. A slab sounds like you fucking got like a pallet and like just stuck your face under it.
You didn't do that?
I didn't do either of them.
No.
Fine. A piece, like a fine little
piece. But the thing you're supposed to do, didn't we watch some movie where it's wrapped all the way around the head and we're like, that's the way to do it?
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, they just simply put socks in their mouth, I think.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like it doesn't seem that hard.
You guys weren't for
to push out, whatever. Let us know if a fucking listener knows. That'd be hilarious. All right, so Jennifer spits it out in time. Well, not in time to warn Joan about fucking Chucky sneaking up behind with a knife, but surprise, Tiff seemingly pops out with some hairspray and a lighter and torches Joan. Joan screams array and runs and falls down a little bit of a body faller, a mini body faller.
Yeah, it's similar to the one we got before. It's more of an open space body faller, but my two favorite deaths, well, I like Redman too. I was going to say might be the ones with the people falling over the edge to the ground, because I do like this one.
Yeah, this one's great because she falls like straight over where and then
like
head
onto
down.
her head.
Well,
she's screaming until it hits the floor. That's what kills her.
I will say I do find it funny because when they're performing the stunt and she's screaming, you can see that the stunt person is physically trying to go over the ledge. So it takes her a bit of time to get over it, but she does eventually fall, which I like. Find funny.
It's true. Just a little fumble.
But
yeah, she falls like straight on her head, and that fucking takes her out. And then we get a nice little burning body. Chucky looks on and amazing. It's like, whoa, that's fucking sweet. That was a pretty cool death. But Chucky like it too. Chucky like it too. Now
Chucky like it too.
He goes back over to where Tiff is standing, and she's with her like back turned. He's like, all right, we all got our skeletons in our closet. And this is when he hits the closet, and a bunch more bodies pop out of there.
Yeah,
like 3 of them. And he walks over to Tiff the whole time. He's like, you know, I'm real sorry. You know, it's okay. We'll get through this. Turns her around, and surprise, it's Glinda. It's Glenn Shitface in a blonde Tiff wig and like the wedding outfit that she was wearing.
White wedding dress, yeah.
And that's who popped out and fucking burned Joan. Now, this fun little accent. This like British Southern Belle thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hilarious. Okay. Sam, you have thoughts?
I was just bothered a little bit that it's like, oh, the guy goes crazy and dresses a woman and now he's a killer. Like, it's a trope we've seen for a long time. And for all the things we've talked about with representation in this, I was disappointed in that because I'm very over that. I know this was 20 years ago, but I'm just over that trope.
Sure.
Yes, I 100% agree. I think, well, because especially with horror, there tends, as you said, there tends to be a like, if someone dresses up as a woman, that means that they're the killer, which is not what we want. But I do in this aspect, I feel like Glenn is struggling with their identity. So there is a part of them who is Glenn, but also is Glenda. So when they're Glenda, Glenda is a woman who is a killer, who has killer mentality.
I get that, but I wish it just reverse it. Have it have been Glenda most of the time, and then Glenn comes out and is the killer or something.
Yeah, I say just reverse what the normal trope is.
Yeah,
it's been happening since Psycho.
Since exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel it. But Glinda has this whole kind of freak out of who I am until Tiff comes in and slaps her, essentially. Well, does slap her, and Glenn pops back into personality, we'll say.
Yeah.
Next, we get Jennifer Tilly giving birth. And she delivers a beautiful baby boy. Then, we get some little squishy sounds, and another baby's coming along. And this one's a girl. Surprise. Yeah, we get twins coming out.
Which is great because now you can split the soul or personality or voodoo, whatever, of one person into two. Put the female into one and the male into the other.
Apparently, Tiffany also knows how to do this.
I mean, I guess it's all...
Well, the voodoo in this movie is fast and loose.
Well, she does have the Voodoo for Dummies book, or at least she did.
She did, that's true.
Maybe she was brushed up.
For all we know, it's off screen.
Exactly. True. She's reading that between her, like that and the addiction book.
Yeah, don't go anywhere without it.
Exactly. So,
although she would have had to get it since she became a prop on this movie set.
No, I know. She did.
Yeah, she did, for sure.
Chucky's ready to get shit moving. He's ready to get his soul transferred. Meanwhile, the cops are like arriving outside. They're starting to move in. But while he's starting to like perform the ritual and get it going, Tiff interrupts. She's saying that Glenda must choose one of the kids' bodies. So at this point, they haven't decided like, oh, we can split it. They're like, they have to choose. And this arises just like this whole big commotion of Tiff yelling, Glenda yelling, babies are crying, Jennifer Tilly's yelling for the cops.
Yeah.
Finally, Chucky's like, I've had it, enough, everyone shut up. So they all shut up. And then he's like, well, you know what? I'm kind of done with this kind of shit. I mean, it's probably better to just be an immortal doll that is the fucking infamous murder doll. I'm famous. He digs that.
I'm way more scarier and famous than I was as a person.
Exactly.
As a person.
So she's like, but Tiff's upset because she wants to be Jennifer Lee. She wants to be a star. She is the OG and better Pearl Maxine. Ooh. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you there.
There you go. Just the way she says, I want to be a star reminds me of the exact way. Yeah.
Brian and I aren't Pearl fans and we're Tiffany fans.
Yeah, so we're Team Tiffany.
Easy for us.
But anyway, she determines she's done with Chucky at this point. She's like, I'm moving on. We're
leaving you
together. I'm leaving and I'm taking the kid. But no one leaves Chucky. He ain't about that. So that gets him very pissed off, as he proclaims. And he goes and throws a knife at Jennifer, I think, wanting to kill her because Stan pops up. Wherever he's throwing the knife, Stan puts his body in the way
to save her. Yeah, it would be Jennifer Tilly then. Yeah.
That's what I figured. And he was able to wiggle free from his restraints. Stan's dead as he's trying to say, I love. And Jennifer does like, say it. What is it?
Do it. Come on.
I love. And then he just dies. He doesn't quite get it out.
Never gets it out.
Nope, can't do it. Tiff pulls the knife out of Stan, throws that at Chucky. And then at this point, the cops make their way into this whatever situation's going on here, because I guess the dolls seemingly hide real quick.
They just skedaddle.
Yeah, they skedaddle.
And also,
the cops just run into fucking Jennifer Tilly bound to a bed with like two
babies,
freshly delivered
just like
babies.
Screaming, they took my babies.
And a dead dude stabbed like next to her.
Yeah.
Awkward.
I mean, love how attached she is to these children that were just magically implanted in her literally yesterday.
Well, she gave birth to them
from a serial killer doll.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why are they so human?
I don't know how the how doll genetics work.
Right.
Voodoo.
It's the voodoo.
Yeah,
we need to get a copy of Voodoo
it's the
for
fast
Dummies.
And loose voodoo. Yes, that's the problem.
I mean, it's sort of been established already in the other movies that we've seen so far that Chucky, over time, the doll slowly develops into a human, human anatomy and size. So I guess you could argue that.
Well, because Glenn is pure, is doll on doll.
Yes.
Well, I guess I didn't expect the infants to be so human.
That's fair.
Or I mean, I didn't expect anything realistic.
Yeah,
but
because
slightly
it's from Chucky.
It's Chucky. It's part Chucky.
Chucky doll semen. Yeah.
Maybe they'd be doll-esque.
What?
Chucky
doll.
Well, I mean, his outer shell is plastic, but
penis colada.
But inside, it's all Charles Lee Ray sperm.
Right. I don't know. I guess
Charles
that's true.
Lee
And it's a bunch of whole milk coming out of there. Is just nothing but human population paste.
Population
paste.
Good Lord.
That's a new one.
Every now and then they get me here. All right. So after all this, we get to cut to the hospital where we get this outside shot of this hospital. Here's a little Chuddle behind the scenes because this comes from my observation. This hospital exterior is the same building as the Brainasium is from Grandma's Boy. So
oh really?
I just rewatched that again recently too. So I was like, I know that building.
I've never noticed that.
That's their work, right?
What? That's the work.
Where they work.
Where they work. Exactly.
When he's standing outside and he waves to his mom.
Same thing. So you can look up both of them, and it's the same building. I was like, that's a very distinctive features. And I just watched it.
Yeah, totally. I can picture the Grandma's Boy one, not this one.
Sure. Well, it's that building. It's a hospital in this universe. Jennifer Tilly's hanging out there talking to this, I don't know, manager, agent guy. I figured as much. Some sort of representative of something.
Something like this.
She wants her babies, but the situation's kind of odd and some things need to be checked out. They're not ready to just hand over some kids to her. He leaves, and this is where we see that 10 Tiff and Glenn are hiding under the bed.
You're shocked.
Tiff then... I'm just shocked.
Oh my God. How the fuck?
I couldn't believe it. Tiff drugs Jennifer's IV with something and she passes out as she kind of sees him come into focus. That's a fun little shot. Tiff's getting ready to perform the ritual when Chucky starts to break down the door with an axe. He peeks his head through, to which he proclaims, well, he just can't think of anything to say. We're setting up a Shining... Here's
another
Jackie,
homage,
whatever fucking shot, but
this was in the trailers for sure. I definitely remember this being in the trailers.
It's a very big trailer shot. Yeah, exactly. So he keeps breaking through the door while Tiff starts performing the ritual on Jennifer. This is another one of the instances where we need to do the long version. Just as she is finishing and shouting switch, 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 an axe is thrown by Chucky and nails Tiff, the doll, right in the forehead, which is, I thought this was a really cool looking like axe wound to the head on a doll.
It looked like it hurt.
With the blood dripping down.
It looked like it
doll
hurt.
gore. Good doll gore. Yeah. And she dies, telling Glenn to be who they want to be, but be less like them and even less like their dad. Now Glenn goes fucking full Japanese and has this little fucking martial arts standoff like pose and then backflip over Chucky.
Oh my god, this whole scene
fucking
is
ridiculous. This is so ridiculous.
I will say at this point, if people are, if they haven't been clocked out of it, then this would be the moment to do.
Yeah.
Like, the only other part that I felt was really ridiculous with doll work and kind of funny was when we got the funny running scene that you forgot about, Sam.
I was just
earlier.
going to say this was definitely Quap or whatever that game is called.
This felt like the out of place, like, you guys weren't ready for this technology to make this look good yet. Like, we shouldn't have done this.
I was like, oh my god, just keep it to overhead shots of like actual people fighting.
Yeah, when we got the overhead shot of Tiff and Chucky pulling Redman and Jennifer Tilly's bodies across the floor, I was like, this looks really good. This might be the best overhead shot they've done, and it's more complicated because you got to make these bodies look like they're dragging naturally. It's cool.
Yeah, exactly. This one is funny. It takes me out of the moment, but Glenn does this little thing, and Jennifer Tilly is kind of like watching it go down. She slides the axe to Glenn, and he like smacks that right into Chucky's chest, and then
smack that.
Chucky's like, Glenda? He's like, no, it's me, Glenn, and gets all mad and says, like,
precious boy,
it's actually me, Billy Boyd. I'm a hobbit.
I'm a hobbit. We do get the return of Chucky losing limbs before he dies again, because he loses
the same arm, right?
Yeah, all of them.
But the first one is the left arm,
I believe that's it. Yeah,
what he lost in the other movies
that we didn't have in the previous. But
because I was like, oh, left arm, oh, right arm, oh, leg, oh, other leg.
And then like Chucky's all like, I'm proud of you, my boy, attaboy, then gets a decapitation. Which, you know, we just get some more doll gore, a little bit of goo.
Hate it when that happens.
Glenn starts to cry, and Jennifer, at this point, kind of like comforts him and starts hugging him, saying it's all right. Totally. This is where we get a fade out, and then a 5 years later marking comes up, and we're seemingly at some sort of child's birthday party. There's a house attendant maid walking through, I don't know, child care person,
nanny.
Whatever, nanny. That's the word. I don't have kids. I don't know the words for things, apparently.
Child care person.
One of those, like, you know.
Professional, take care of your childers.
Yeah. One of those things is taking care of the other things. Well, she's not happy. She's like going on about, well, you know, he's a sweetheart. That's a very nice
angel.
boy.
Yeah.
Glenda, she's odd and looks at her really
she's scary.
Meanly and like with a lot of hate.
Yeah.
Doesn't like her. So she's like, I need to quit. Well, we also get this shot of, I said, this extremely redheaded child watching from the outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
if she auditioned for Annie, they'd be like, we need something a little less obvious.
A little too much. A little too on the nose here. Like big, bushy, like red hair too. Like it's right there. And a teeth situation to be reckoned with. Now, because we get that shot later, I'm like, oh my god, that kind of looks like Glenda's teeth, the way it's like child had lost all their teeth and was in the transition of like losing their baby teeth to their adult teeth, so it looked like really janky. I was like, this is fun. So that person is watching from the outside while seemingly Jennifer Tilly has taken the Tiffany doll. She's been carrying it around with her during this interaction and is upset with this nanny wanting to quit and beats the crap out of her with the Tiffany doll.
Yeah.
And just kills her, and we're like, oh, okay. And she kind of stands back up and has blood on her face, and this is when her eyes like flash and go green.
Which is Tiffany's eye color.
The switch did happen.
Something that I noticed in this part musically, the music's, I don't know if it was an intentional homage, but it had the same music as Carrie did at the end, where she's putting, spoiler alert for anybody,
the music
for anyone who hasn't seen Carrie, but at the end there's like a dream sequence, and then we realize that it was all a dream, and the girl is in like her bed or in a hospital, and the music is very doon 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 doon. It's same thing as it is here.
Is it the same music? Because the music sounded familiar.
If not, it's probably intentionally
similar. I don't think it's the same, but it sounded very similar.
It's
like the 50 Cent song.
It's the difference between Under Pressure and
it's that little
Ice
Baby.
Yeah. It's very similar, but
sure.
I would like to think it was like a little homage to Carrie.
Probably is.
Very well could be. So she fucking goes off and kills, and we learn that, the body switch happened, and then we get to Glenn, which is another very redheaded child. And
super redheaded.
Then he starts going into this fucking like voiceover of, oh, well, things have been great, and mommy, I don't fucking know. And he's going
happy now.
Yeah. Going off about everything, and he gets one more present to open up, and it's like, who knows who it's from? It doesn't say. He opens it, and it's like Chucky's arm, and he starts freaking out and starts peeing again, and then the arm grabs him,
attacks him.
Yeah. We cut to black.
Well, hey, maybe that's a Carrie thing too, with the hand.
There you go.
There it is.
Yeah. That fits this whole theme, I guess, a lot better. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So then this is when we talk about, and we learn, I guess, then Glenn and Glenda really was two people.
They
Voodoo, baby.
Voodoo. Gotta love
baby.
it. Gotta love it. I guess they do split, their souls into their, who they wanted to be, and who they wanted to identify as.
Came two totally different people. I mean, enough to like put souls into two children, and I guess. So then, did those two kids' souls, those babies' souls, go into that doll? One doll.
I guess they must have to.
I mean, I don't know what happens or what, how they ever change things and stuff going forward in here, but based on just this movie and what we know right now, wouldn't that be?
I think, I think because those must have gone
I don't know
somewhere.
what happens in the next movies. I haven't seen them.
Yeah, but like it's like a soul like exchange program, right? When like the doll to the soul, like a human, right? Like Jennifer Tilly's body went into the Tiffany doll and she died in there, right?
Yeah.
And Tiffany became Jennifer Tilly. I don't know.
There's a lot of thinking.
Yes.
Because our mentality has to be with just Seed of Chucky. We can just only focus on Seed of Chucky. Right. So being that, that would make sense that Jennifer Tilly has died because they were in the Tiffany doll before,
or they're just still in the Tiffany doll, maybe, or whatever it is. But like that soul is tied, because that's what I just assumed would happen, right? That the souls would exchange what they're tied to, the vessel that they're tied to.
Yeah. The one thing that I don't understand
with two live souls.
What I don't understand is the Glenn part, because is that possible? Can you have two souls in one doll?
Or is it just
that's what I'm trying to figure. Like that seems like.
Or is it just that all twins share one soul?
Well, it's impregnated by these other dolls.
But impregnated with some pole milk.
It could be that if they're twins, maybe they just share one soul. That's it.
Oh, twins only have one soul. They're like, a twin isn't a full person. I get it.Ody said it. If you're a twin, you're not a full person.
Oh my god! No,
it's digging into logic wasn't thought about. It's just, I don't know. I just thought of that in this moment, that like, if we're separating the idea of this doll into two different people have to go into that doll, I think.
At this point, what we know from this movie, No clue.
No clue. Yeah. Imagine though.
Well, I can't wait.
I don't know when
to see where this goes.
Chucky release. Is that 2013?
We get some time between it because it's
Curse
Curse and then
movie?
Cult.
Curse would be the next movie. Curse of Chucky.
2013.
Oh
were
shit.
right.
Okay, nice.
So like shit. All right, Don Mancini.
You're taking a break.
We need a break.
But man, just imagine having this movie sit with you and having these questions and having them not really be answered, and then having another Chucky movie years later.
At this point, I don't think I've seen anything going forward, so I'm very curious. I mean, I've seen the first season of the Chucky TV show.
I definitely have not.
But I haven't seen these movies.
Same.
So I'm very curious as to where we're going to go with it.
Oh, so you guys have seen season 1 of Chucky?
Yes. Do I remember a lot? Not necessarily.
I'm wondering what was revealed in Chucky season 1. But I don't think we have gone to a certain plot point yet.
The relevant information that you are thinking of happens in season 2.
Got it. That's all I need to know.
Relevant information. Well, we'll get there at some point. That's the wrap up of this little this fucking little discussion. I don't know about that. We still have our crematoria questions to get into.
Like we do.
So we're going to jump into a break real quick and we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back from that commercial break. Thanks so much to our kind sponsors for those lovely words of encouragement. We're in our crematorium of questions.
Horror Junkies is making a ad. Maybe we'll have it by
it could have been
the
thrown
time
in
this
there.
comes out.
Yeah.
It could have happened. All right. What did we survive? How are we surviving this one? What movie are we talking about? Seed of Chucky.
God. Oh, God.
I don't know how we're involved, so
I can tell you that there's going to be...
Well, we would be stalking Jennifer Tilly, I guess. So I guess we could be involved in that
that's
way.
where Ross is now.
That's where Ross is now. So...
yeah. I mean...
You got 3 dolls.
I was just trying
now,
to figure out a way how to work in some more prick liquid, some,
Yeah.
Rude glue, satchel syrup.
Wait, you need to explain that to me. Satchel syrup?
I don't have an answer
it's
for
in a
you.
bag.
Oh, it's coming from
maybe.
Oh, the sack, like a sack?
The satchel, like
the
a sack.
satchel.
Yeah.
Got it.
The syrup, yeah.
I got there.
Are we surviving? Are we surviving a bunch of the schlong jelly? Are we surviving anything?
I don't know. I really don't know how to answer this one. Like, who am I up against? What's my situation?
Like, it seems like so centralized.
I will say I'm surviving this because
Jennifer Tilly has a restraining order against me.
Has a restraining order against us. Obviously, she's not officiating our wedding. But 2, Tiffany wouldn't be obsessed with us. Chucky doesn't want to be be our bodies. He's already said that he wants to stay in that body. So
okay.
And they're only killing Hollywood
like to just
elite.
Kill. Oh yeah,
that is true.
I think if we were to stumble upon him, that's the problem. If we stumble upon Chucky, has no problem killing, but I think we can fend ourselves
but we
off
wouldn't.
against this little guy.
Yeah, I guess it. Yeah,
I think
that's
we would be okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
maybe too busy making some snake spray and spaffing off. How do we make it gooier? Do you need any more spew? Any more splashback? Any more sprats or spume or spunk?
Ooh, I could go for more spunk.
One more squiggle, a string of pearls.
Squiggle, not the string of pearls.
String of pearls is a very specific.
Yeah, that's a necklace.
Have you ever heard it as ropes, just ropes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, yes, Sam is very. Yeah, he has lots of ropes. Good for you. Good for you.
Sam's got lots of ropes.
Wait, what was the question?
Gooier.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm happy with the goo.
I think it's fine. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
All right, let's just get to this one. Our villain levels here are Chuck, Tiff. Let's throw in Shitface.
Shitface.
How do you feel?
All right.
Power level and iconography.
I mean, iconic is a 5 for all of them.
I'd give a 5 for 2 of them. I don't know if Shitface is iconic for me.
True.
I would give Shitface. I mean, yeah, I would give Shitface icon for me.
But I can't really think of I would maybe give like a 1. Otherwise,
yeah, the power level.
Yeah, power level is definitely
very
low.
Except for, I mean,
feels very low.
I know we talked about it earlier where Damballa clearly just like listens to Shitface. Shitface is like, I want this thing. And Damballa's like, cool. Gotcha, bro. And so
True.
I would give maybe Shitface gets a 2. Just for that.
Yeah, because Shitface got that extra voodoo magic from being a voodoo baby and all that.
So,
Voodoo baby.
6s and 7s.
It's all 6s and 7s.
It's all 6s and 7s. I didn't remember what Shitface looked like until seeing this.
Interesting.
Like, the doll.
I did, but I feel like I could show someone in a kind of normal culture, not like the horror world, Chucky, and they would recognize Chucky. But if I showed them Shitface, they may be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, probably.
I mean, yeah, I think
I don't know.
fair.
Is that like Chucky's son or something?
But like,
right, exactly. But like the knowledge of who that actually is, but it's still a very good look, especially within the world. I think again we can sit in those 6s and 7s.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Does this one deserve a sequel? And what's the sequel you want to see?
I need a sequel, but I have no idea how they're gonna. I mean, they've picked up endings before and made it work, but I don't know how this is gonna lead to another movie with. I mean, Chucky's been dead before, but you know we got Tiff and Jennifer Tilly's body, and
apparently Chucky's arm can just like do its own thing
itself.
too. His body parts.
That's
places.
That's new. So I'm here for it, but who knows?
Well, do you think I have a question for you guys? Do you think
Chucky gets an uncle?
Chunkle.
I think we mentioned we were talking about how like this became the Jennifer Tilly show at some point. Now, do you think that Tiffany by herself can hold a movie, like a spin-off?
I would watch it in a heartbeat.
This almost felt like a Tiffany spin-off movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I feel like if we like really try to make like just like a, you know, not saying that they didn't really try for Seed of Chucky, but I'm just saying like if they try to make like we're making a horror movie for Tiffany without like, I feel like she could do it.
I feel like but I think in that instance too, I feel like you almost have to leave Chucky completely out of it.
I agree. Maybe he like pops up at the end and he's like, honey, I'm home.
Exactly.
I did love the joke when he breaks into the hospital. He accesses down the door and he's like, he sticks his face in. He's like, I can't think of anything appropriate to say at this moment.
That was very funny.
Yes. The soundtrack or score, you're going to buy this one on vinyl? I will not. I did not care for the music in this one.
It's going to be a no for me,
I will not buy the vinyl, but I did kind of like the theme a little bit. The little like do 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 do. I kind of liked it, but no, I would not buy the whole soundtrack though.
Stream the theme.
Stream the three. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
perfect. Action figure wise, I think all 3 of them as a nice little family is a good action figure.
People do
to have.
Trick or Treat Studios had the Glenn doll, which we did not get.
I'll take like little versions. I don't need like the big Glenn.
I mean, speak for yourself.
We still want it, but
to scale,
they lost the license for Chucky. So
I was wondering, if you guys, because I know you have the 2.
Do now we're relying on what's the other company, toy company, not the toy company, but like NECA, I think.
Oh,
NECA,
sure.
yeah.
Is it NECA? Yeah, they have. Which I'm also saving up for. They have stitched up Chucky from Bride of Chucky and Bride of Chucky Tiffany. Because I have Seed of Chucky Tiffany.
Okay.
So I'm saving for that.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Hell yeah. Dope. Yeah, I think that's kind of what's action figure worthy from any of these. The merch or prop from the film. Now
Chucky's.
I guess I would take
scratch and sniff sperm. What were you going with?
Throat yogurt.
Throat yogurt. I love
Throgurt.
I don't. Yeah, scratch and sniff when different things pop on the screen. I would love that. Like there's a cum smell. Which
trouser gravy.
I love.
Sounds like poop.
Wait, no.
I don't know. I don't have a merch idea for this movie.
I can't think of anything either.
Pogs.
Oh no, yeah, like slime or gack or something, but it's wank paste colored.
I would.
So you just get some,
let's say
and it says Seed of Chucky on it.
If
you get a fucking
and it's Seed of Chucky. It's actually all it says is Seed of Chucky. It doesn't
like
mean
a
anything
baster from Seed of Chucky.
It comes in a baster.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
I think that would be good.
There it is. Oh, perfect. Good call.
I just want a regular baster that doesn't have goo in it, but it's like Seed of Chucky branded.
You don't want one with wiener sauce?
No.
Well, because the thing is, like,
well, that's fine.
every other.
But I wanted to say Seed of Chucky
You'll
on the
provide
side.
your own.
On the
White
bulb.
gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, condoms.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
I thought I saw a Seed of Chucky condom wrapper, but maybe, again, I'm just making stuff up in my mind.
I would believe
I don't
it.
know. The Seed has condoms.
Big condom
That
game
movie's
out there.
coming soon. You can
The
listen to an
fetus.
interview with Joe
Oh,
Lamb.
shoot.
That's what
The
I
fetus.
meant. I said the seed.
Yeah, you did. It's the fetus.
The fetus.
It is the fetus.
Yes. All right. Last question. Most important one to ask. What is the promotional popcorn bucket and bonus points for making it fuckable?
Oh my God. What, for Seed of Chucky?
Yeah, for all the seed in this movie, I can't think of a way to make it fuckable.
I can't make it fuckable.
I don't know. It just kind of looked
Jennifer
like
Tilly.
Oh my God.
I don't know. You make some sort of like translucent like cum bucket. That's what the popcorn goes in. I don't know if it's fuckable, but there you go for Seed of
I'm
Chucky.
trying to make it fuckable, but I can't think of without making it just like actually Jennifer Tilly or like Tiffany. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying very hard.
It doesn't need to be fuckable.
Does not be. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our ratings.
I only want your fingers.
Should we all like cut our fingers open and bleed on it?
Can you wrap your fingers around this?
I'll take a Bolognese burger and a side of Jason's fingers.
Show them.
It's time to bowl out. God damn it.
Bowl out.
It's time to pull out our hack sauce as we
Bowl
rate this
out.
film on our Chuddle scale. This show we like to use our subjective rating score of 0 to 5 fingers. Each finger cut off adds to the score with more fingers equaling a higher score. I can go ahead and start us. Sam, you're next, and we'll finish up. We'll report in with Ross, see where he's
that's
going,
right.
and then we'll finish off with you guys. So,
Cool.
Starting off, engaging. I gave this a 0.5, and I feel like that was almost kind of generous. I had to force myself to watch this, and I feel like I will look back fondly on this memory of us conversing about it, but I don't know if I really need to. Well, that'll get a rewatchable. But each time, I don't know why I was just drawn away from it. 0.5. Sticky, it's only going to get a 0.25 from me, dog. Like, there's aspects that I remember, and that's mainly who the characters are and their design. But when it comes to like overall the movie itself, I did not remember much. And I guess maybe now, again, conversing about it will lead to stickiness, and that could go up over time. But as it sits, it was still pretty low for me. T-shirtable, though, we'll get a 0.75, almost the full one. Because, I mean, the imagery, you still have some good Chucky imagery. And, I mean, you could get a whole fucking shirt with a whole bunch of Willy milk all over it if you want to go wild. But there's a lot of options here. But I think like Chucky in itself, Tiffany, even Glenn Glenda can work well for, imagery and design and stuff. Cockles is a 0.25. I mean, that just kind of went back to like how engaged I was with the film. I think that's what I initially wrote down. And I'm going to be curious on this too, like how my re-rate's going to go for this thing, because I feel like it could go up. I had a lot more fun talking about it. But unfortunately, rewatchable is going to get a 0 as well, because I don't need to. I feel like I watched this one enough. Maybe a 0.25 again. I think I was probably a little bit harsh on this initial rating here, but I don't know. That's where what does that sit at, Sam? Average
1.75.
1.75.
That feels low, but I'm gonna let it sit there and reevaluate once we kind of like finish up the series, maybe.
Sure, yeah.
Fun to kind of like look at.
I already checked your Child's Play 3 score.
I bet you
also 1.75.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Sounds about right.
Okay, see, I don't feel like I need to go up on Child's Play 3. I feel like I could go up on Seed. So there you have it.
Okay.
Right there. All right, Sam.
Seed, engaging. This can be a 0.8. 0.25 because I was drifting. I'd go to my phone. If I had to get up and do something, I wouldn't pause it. I would just go. I could not pay attention to it, but obviously I paid some attention to it. Sticky. I'll throw it a 0.5. It may be a little generous, but I did always remember Jennifer Tilly and Redman's death, her calling him Redman. I actually remembered their stuff a lot more than any of the Chucky stuff.
That's funny. I completely forgot about him being in it until I watched it.
Well, what's funny now is that was this. I guess a lot of it I didn't pay attention to. T-Shirtable, I'm giving it a 0.25, and that's only because, they do all look cool, but I just, I'm just not that into it. Cockles, I'll actually give a 0.75 because when I am paying attention, I do enjoy what's going on. But then it's just kind of so cartoony and disjointed that I'm, doing other things. And finally, watchable, rewatchable. I'll give 0.25 as well. Because it's not like I'm against watching it.
Sure.
But I'm certainly not choosing to watch it again. Probably not. I mean, maybe one day. Who knows? And that puts it at a 2. I'm fine with a 2. Where does that put it with Child's Play 3? 1.75 beats it.
Oh, dang.
There you go. That feels right. I should like this more than 3.
Yeah, I already feel like mine should come up, but like I said, we'll come back to it. All right, I'm going to play Ross's thing.
Ooh.
I didn't edit it at all. So
perfect.
Here it comes.
Test. Testicles. Testes. John Waters being dissolved in acid. John Waters being dissolved in acid. Test. Hey, gentlemen. I'm going to try to keep this real quiet. Also, hey, Horror Bandwagon. I thought I'd be smart and try to get an exclusive interview with Jennifer Tilly. But unfortunately, I've been locked in her basement for the last 3 days.
No.
So I'm going to try to get my score out to you guys. And if you don't hear from me again, check Jennifer Tilly's basement.
I don't know where that is.
Okay. So we've got engaging. I'm going to give a full point because let's be honest. I mean, like, it's a wacky, insane ride, but I was engaged the entire time, even as outlandish as this movie is.
Sure is, Ross.
Sticky's going to get a 0.5 for me. There are definitely some memorable things, but we are getting into the full rhythm of kind of the Chucky-verse. So we're getting some kills. We're getting some, I mean, the whole Glenda thing is kind of interesting. But yeah, it kind of just stays at a 0.5 for me. T-Shirtable. T-Shirtable's also going to get a 0.5. Oh. It's Chucky, baby. I feel like you could probably get a pretty decent shirt out of this, even like a Glenda, like an Ed Wood style 1950s poster,
like that,
making fun of Glenda, and then just that would be fantastic.
Yep. What else?
Cockles. Cockles is going. See, this is a tough one because I originally had it at a 0.75. But I feel that I think I'm going to do a 0.5. It hit some of the cockles. It had some really good fun stuff into it. This movie is in the uncanny valley where it is almost schlocky enough to be a certified Chuddle for me. But I feel like it just doesn't get there. As in, it gets kooky. But it doesn't get over the top kooky, and especially if you're going to be referencing like old Hollywood, Ed Wood. I mean, you got John Waters in the movie. You know what I mean? Like you could get a lot crazier than what you did, but what we did was pretty crazy.
Yes.
And finally, watchable, rewatchable. This is a fun one. I'm going to give this guy a 0.5. I'll give it a 0.5. I originally was going to be a 0.25, but I feel like a 0.5 is fair. It's a fun ride. It's a weird ride. This is the weird bus stop on the Chucky train that I wasn't really expecting. But I was happy that I got it that way. And I really like that they edged into the weirdness of it instead of shying away from it. So yeah, I would say 0.5. So I think that leaves me at a
3. It's a 3.
It's a 3, Ross.
Ross, it's a 3.
It's a 3. Hey, Ross.
Yes.
It's a 3. So yeah, I'm okay with that. It's not the best installment of the Chucky Child's Play franchise, but it's definitely not the worst. And I think this is it's a weird transition, especially when you start getting into the latter films. But for what this is, and just making fun of Hollywood and making fun of, I mean, in movies, an entire homage to Jennifer Tilly. So which I think is great and is well deserved. And she's a fantastic actress. So just having a movie just swooning over her it's fantastic. So. All right. Well, speaking of Jennifer Tilly, I'm going to try to dig my way out of this basement. If I either never going to hear from me again, or I'll get an exclusive interview. But just tell my family that I love them a lot, and I love you, Chuddleman. I love you, Patreon fans. I love you, Horror Bandwagon. And until next time, I'll see you guys.
I love you too, Ross.
Thank you, Ross.
Thanks, Ross.
Man, so have you heard from him?
Yeah, what's going on here? Please tell me he's alive.
No, I haven't.
Oh no.
I don't think we got our Jennifer Tilly interview.
Yeah. Most importantly,
wasted a Ross.
Wasted a Ross on
that was fabulous.
All right, guys.
All right,
let's go ahead and wrap this up. How you feeling about it?
All right, so engaging. I'm gonna give this a 1. I love this movie, and it really just like I could sit and just watch it over and over and over, which will give me another 1 later, but we'll get to it. Sticky, on a technical note, this movie is already very sticky. But I think I'm going to give this a 0.5 because there's not a lot that like I come away from the movie with other than, some of the more iconic lines. And I love a good meta movie. So I'm going to give it a 0.5. T-shirtable, I'm going to give this a 1. I can imagine a couple t-shirts I would love, just like Glenda when she says, think again, daddy, or whatever she says.
Oh, yeah.
I would also love where it's just like half of the face is Glenn, half is Glenda. So that's going to get a 1. Cockles also going to get a 1 just because I really enjoy watching this movie. It's a great time, and rewatchable's a 1 for me too. So that's a 4.5.
Wow, that feels good.
Oh wow,
it feels good. This is I think because I saw it like relatively early on, we were able to go into it just being like, this is a fun movie. Don't think about it too much. And I love Jennifer Tilly. So yeah, 4.5 feels good.
Yeah.
Nice.
For me, engaging
the blurgy.
For engaging, I will give it a 0.5 because I totally understand how it cannot be as engaging. Like if you've seen it, especially multiple times, like I can see myself kind of getting out of it when it gets like too silly. So I'm just like, but then there's certain moments which leads me to sticky. But for engagement, what did I give it? 0.5? 0.5, which leads me to sticky, which I'm going to give it a 1 because there are just like certain moments in this movie that really like stick out to me throughout the whole thing. Like the entirety of the movie really does like stick out, which like I stick around for those moments when I'm watching the movie. Plus I just like have fond memories, as you guys can already know, of the movie, just leading up to the movies that's surrounding it. I guess it's just like a case of nostalgia for me. So that's going to be a 1.
Of course.
T-shirtable is also going to be a 1. There's so many things that I would take. I would have Hannah Spirit dying on my shirt.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, yeah. No, but like, that shot with like the spray and it's like the fire coming at her and she's just screaming. That would be really, really cool.
It should say S Club 7.
It's an S Club official shirt. But also the scene where Tiffany is just turkey basting Jennifer Tilly, and you have that scene where like Chucky's guzzler, the goo just drips off of the baster. That'll be really good. So T-shirtable is a 1. Cockles is going to be a 1. I love this movie. I just love what it represents. I love that we have it as a pride movie that we for people out there that can say like, this is a horror movie that belongs on the list and belongs.
I like it more for that.
For that, like I love.
I feel bad I don't like it more,
but it just represents, especially just like even though it's not like super in your face, but it is in your face when you do watch it. Like it's giving you those elements and those topics that most people wouldn't put in their horror movies. That Dom and CD decides to do it here. So I give that a 1. And rewatchable, I also give it a 1. I will rewatch this movie again. Even though I won't be as engaged, I will rewatch it. Every Pride Month, I'm watching this movie. And if I'm ever like watching like a marathon of the movies, I will definitely be adding it to the list.
So yeah, I think the only time I'll watch it is marathoning it.
Fair.
Sure. So
I'll find some other gay horror to watch during June.
4.5 from both of you. Jumping over to the club real quick. We got a couple in here. Scotty from Fun with Horror has one. Engaging, 0. I remember being pretty distracted. Sticky, 0. I obviously remember Glinda, but not much else. T-shirtable, 1. No matter what I thought of the movie, I would definitely wear a Cavity Colors shirt for it. Cockles, 0. I saw it for the first time a couple of years ago. It did not warm my cockles. Rewatchable, 0.5. At least my least favorite in the series, but I love Glinda stuff.
Aww.
I actually would like to own and rewatch it in the glorious 4K someday soon. So 1.5, that's pretty much what I give it on Letterboxd. Now let's get on with Curse and Cult, he says. And then T-Boo pops in with Engaging, 1. It's dumb and I love it. Sticky, 0.5. I remember certain scenes or running gags made in Japan, but there's also stuff that doesn't stick. T-shirtable, 0.5. It's pretty shirtable. Cockles, 0.5. It gets me because it's Chucky and Tiffany, and Shitface is a great addition because Billy Boyd is a stud, but it could use a revisit to see if the absurdity is worthy of my full throbbing cockle.
Oh,
rewatchable, 0.5. I've seen it a handful of times, but haven't gotten to it anytime recently. 3 out of 5. And then that's it. Other people kind of chiming in. Love it. Give me some sperm, more cum talk.
Give me that sperm.
Cum talk. This channel is going to be full of cum talk. So if you heard this and you haven't had enough yet, jump in the Discord. Check out the Seed of Chucky channel.
Discord. We'll try to limit it all to one channel.
I can't wait.
Right there. So with that and everything kind of equated, our full Chuddle score for Seed of Chucky comes in at a 2.3. Like I said, we'll probably see room for some improvement on that score just a little bit. But how that sits in with the scope of everything else, I mean, other 2.3s just in general, X and The Final Destination, another one of you guys.
Another THB
right
exclusive.
With 2.2s, we have A Christmas Horror Story and Speak No Evil. Right above it, The Boneyard.
Which one is Speak No Evil? Is that the one that's being remade?
Speak No Evil is the Danish couple. Yes. Yeah. It should be so much higher. I gave that movie it's probably a 4 or 4.5 would be
my guess. You gave it a 4.5.
What's the horror movie with
Ross and I gave it a 1.
With Kane. There's one that sounds like it.
Oh yeah.
I know it. Yeah.
See No Evil, maybe.
See No Evil.
One of the other things, yes. Right above it, Child's Play 2 is a 2.5. We have Child's Play sits at a 3.8.
Ooh.
And I know Bride of Chucky is going to be the highest of them. 4.3 from Bride of Chucky.
Damn,
that's the only certified Chuddle.
No.
Oh.
It's not?
No, in the Chuddle Club Crypt.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you're right. Yeah.
Come on, boy.
But still, it should be. That one's so good.
Yes, that one so far
easily my
maybe
favorite.
Something changes with some of the other ones, but one of the most fun for me.
So far of what we've watched, it's the first one I'll go back to without a doubt.
Nice.
Indeedly. And thus concludes this gathering of the Chuddle the Pod Movie Club for tonight. Thank you so much for listening this far. this was a wild one. I mean, for one that was so like how we have all different scores on this.
Yeah.
And then versus the Horror Bandwagon. We talked about this.
We
one.
made it through.
I think it was all the worm gob talk.
There's a worm gob?
Yeah.
Worm gob.
Yeah.
Worm gob.
Yeah, worm gob. Baby.
I think that's what made me stick around. You know, I come for you guys, but stay for the worm gob. Stay for the worm gob.
He worm gobs for us. He stays for the cock droplets.
Good God.
Ball barfer, whatever it's called. That was the worst. that was the worst.
I'm only going to use that because it is so terrible.
Well, good. I'm glad something's going to stick here.
Oh, my God.
And all you ball barfers out there, let us know what your favorite was for tonight. I am so sorry for everyone who had to handle that. But thank you so much. We love you guys. Thank you, Cody and Sergi, or whatever I called you earlier. Thanks, guys, for coming on. We love having you. I'm so excited to continue the series with you guys. But let everyone know.
Go to the Horror Bandwagon YouTube.
Yes, thank you. Thank you guys. As always, we love you guys.
We do.
And we love coming on the pod. And yeah, you can find us on YouTube. We on Instagram, on TikTok. We got a TikTok. It's mostly like clips for now, but we're gonna make some content over there. So at some point, and our podcast is coming back officially.
Yeah,
we're aiming for later this
for a while.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh no, they posted about it in their Discord. You should sign up for that shit.
We made it this time. It's happening. It's happening. We're rebooting it.
I was talking with them behind the scenes about it. It's happening.
True. See, Ryan believes us. But yes,
I believe him.
You can find us there.
Awesome. Look out for them. Don't forget to follow all of us. Chuddle the Sam on Letterboxd. Chuddle the Brian with a Y, because fuck it on Letterboxd. At Ross Purvis on Instagram to behold all of his artwork and tattoos. I mean, you can purchase all of his artwork, and if you're in the area, get tattooed from him.
Do both.
Don't forget about or do both, or just do both. Do both. Jump into our Discord, like we said, continue the conversation. Don't forget about all the ways to reach out at us, rate and review us. We love it when that happens. Until next time, avoid the time loop.